Una, hello, Una. Everybody, come on in. Ooh, Cassia Ann is here. Hello. What is going on a Monday, May 11th, 2026? Mellow Monday. Mellow Monday. Open Phones is in a mellow mood. Oh, I'm shuffling the cards. Mellow-like. I'm not screaming into my phone like I usually am. I'm feeling mellow. So mellow on a Monday. Happy Monday to you, Cassia Ann. What's going on, friends? You know what time it is, queens, kings. It's time for Tarot Morning Wisdom. Oh, let me just gently dance. I'm mellow this morning. Mellow. Taking it very slow. Very easy. We gotta ease into this week. You know what I mean. It's time to ease into the session. We're not gonna come in like gangbusters. We're not gonna knock the door down. No. No. Uh-oh. No, we're going to answer your questions with my cards for free. Cassia Ann has walked directly into the room and announced to the entire room that they have a not-so-secret admirer. Congratulations. Here's to being admired, Cassia Ann. Are we happy about this not-so-secret admirer? I guess that'd be my first. What up, Deb C? Oh, we're just getting it started. We're in a mellow mood. Mellow Monday here, broadcasting from the crown jewel of the Côte d'Azur, Nice, France. Maybe I am so flattered if so. All right. Well, that's good news, Queen. Oh, it's Monday, May 11th, 2026. I'm coming in chill. I'm coming in so very chill this morning. Hi, Karenita. How you doing? I'm just shuffling the cards. I'm getting ready to open this up. I'm gonna open this up in a little communal pull, a tone setter, right, Karenita? And right, pre-harpers, right? We can have a little bit more music than that. Da-da-da-da-da-da. You doing good? I'm doing great, Karenita. Guess what I did, Karenita? Karenita, who has been a friend of mine for going on a year probably at this point, knows that I'm one who likes to sing the occasional song. Karenita, guess what I did last night? Last night, I was out at one of the local establishments here, and I was on business. I was there to photograph the band, not to participate. But next thing you know, somebody handed me a guitar, and I sang an Otis Redding song in front of a full bar of human beings. Wow. Wow, Queen. That was unexpected. Was I terrified? Yes. Was my heart trying to rip itself out of my chest as I was doing? Yes. Did I squeeze my eyes shut like I used to back in the day when I was just like a little tiny baby on stage trying to sing? Yes, I was like this. But it was a blast. Oh, Jamie, you get it. You get it. It wasn't stage fright. It was just like, oh my God, this is happening, because I wasn't ready for it, you know? Pop in there and I'll say, like, hey, you want to sing a song? Like, and my friend was like, you're doing it. And God bless the friends of the world that are like, you're doing it. Oh, thank God for the friends of the world that are like, you're doing it. I was shoved into it, not against my will, but through my terror. And I sang a whole song to people, and they applauded. Oh, Nice, France is a city of music, I'll say that. And that's part of the reason why I'm so enchanted to be here. It's truly a wonderful thing. But we're not here to do diary entries for your friend Open Phones. We're here to throw cards at your questions for free. Right, Jim? So let's get this thing started, Disney Sandy 4. Let's crack open the whole session with a card that is a tone setter that will get us off to the race. I had the best time. I've had the best weekend. That's why I'm so mellow right now. I think the whole beach lifestyle is taking control. As you see, I'm becoming beachier and beachier with every passing stream. What up, Bruce? That's right, Jamie. You are one of a kind. All right, let's get this whole show on the road. What sweet deck can you tell everybody here to inform them of some energy that we might channel into our upcoming week? Woo! Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. You know what I love about this Emperor? The more I get it, and the more I give it up here, is the more I think about how it is such an effective creator of space within which to actually place your intentions and your manifesting power. This Emperor, the more when I even stare into his eyes, and you can see I'm working on the beard. Whenever I stare into this Emperor's eyes, I know that I'm being beckoned toward the ideal and the idea of actualization of the dream. How can we all step into this throne of power and actualize our Emperor's dreams? Especially here on Monday, May 11, 2026. How are we going to turn this week into a playground that we populate with our exciting recreational toys and instruments? I think I've got my ideas. How about you? Now. Let's see here. We're here to do business. And the business is answering your questions with my cards for free. My name, for those who don't know, is Open Phones. Oh, I'm here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Mellow, tense. I'm gonna have a sip of coffee. Here in the crown jewel of the Côte d'Azur, it's 4 p.m. I know it's the crack of dawn for most y'all. So I'm here to say, shake the sleeps out of your eyes and think to yourself, what guidance can this strange, now bearded man offer me on this Monday that will shed light into my life? Who wants to start? Who wants to start? I'm waiting. How do we do it, Phones? We don't understand. Well, I'll tell you how we do it. Kristen, Bren, hey Bren, Zaina B, you type your questions, Zoe, E, there we go, into the chat. Sienna, hi Sienna, and I read them out loud. Yes, all free, Zaina B, all free, Weird Potato. Put your wallets away. All right, put your wallets away. We don't need no wallets out here. We got to start off with the Cassia Inn. Now, we all know Cassia Inn. We see the open next to Cassia Inn's name, and we know that she's gone to the trouble of pressing the fan club button above and therefore making it 10, 15 times easier for me to notice the question. And Cassia Ann walked right into the room this morning and said, everybody, I have a secret admirer, and it's not so secret. So, what do the cards say? Am I right about this secret admirer? Cassia Ann, let's find out. Shuffle, shuffle. Cut. And the cards say, yes! Ooh, Cassia Ann. I think my deck is more wide awake, Louisa, than I am. The King of Cups has dropped on your question. Do I have a secret admirer? I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna say 100% yes. Congratulations, Cassia Ann. You have gotten your confirmation. Oh my God. What are you gonna do about it now? Are you going to step into the king's throne? Are you going to step into the king's throne? Are you going to take the active hand here? See it, Ann? Are you going to jump in there and make it happen? Make it happen, Queen! And then let us know how it all shakes out. Right, Jam? All right, Zaina B. Zaina B is here. Hi, Zaina B. My name is Open Phones. This is Tarot Morning Wisdom. Tarot Morning Wisdom. Good morning, Lang. Zaina B asks, is my boyfriend Amin hiding something from me? Or is he clear and want to develop a relationship? Okay. Fair question, Zaina B. Let's find out what the cards have to say as it pertains to you and your actual boyfriend. There's been a commitment lodged. Actual boyfriend here, Amin. We're going to ask about whether he's hiding something or whether everything's fine and he wants to pursue the relationship. Let's find out what the cards have to say, Queen. Oh my God. Zaina B and Amin. What say you, deck? Oh, well, you know what? Here is a card dedicated to the concept, Zaina B. In the material sphere, which of course covers within the pentacles, the ideas of health, wealth, anything that you see in the material world, anything at all. All this says is there's a beautiful flow going on. There's a beautiful, powerful flow in effect here, Queen. Now, you ask if your boyfriend Amin is hiding something from me, and this is not a hider. We don't see a hider on this card. No, we see somebody deeply in their power to materialize. So maybe he's making you something, and maybe that's what you're sensing on the horizon. I mean, that's hilariously possible within this. Thank you. What do you think? I'll say this, Zaina B. If I catch this card and I'm worried about my boyfriend Amin and whether or not he's hiding something, I'm thinking, well, either he's hiding the fact that he's in the perfect flow of creating something beautiful, probably for me, or maybe he's just busy at work. Does that hit? Does that start to make sense? Oh, but Zaina B adds, and that's funny that the smart app, ever intelligent app, TikTok, censored that. You say, because he doesn't want to delete the hoes in his account. Look, I mean, I don't know how long you've been dating. I'm great, T. Jackson. How are you? Good morning, Gina. I don't know how long you've been dating, but maybe you got to give the dude a chance to catch up. I don't know. Maybe it's his way of like maintaining some gentle connection to the before times. I mean, all I know is that if 3 years on it, well, it's okay, 3 years on and off, he doesn't want to delete. Well, I don't know. But what I will say to you is that, like, you know your line, and I hope that you do not have to let it be crossed. I don't see anything inside of that card that screams worry, worry, worry. And Lord knows there's plenty of cards up here that would do just that. You know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? Hey, Woney. Hey, Kira. T. Jackson, you want a card? I'm about to give you one. Get over here, T. Jackson. Are you a newcomer to this broadcast? My name is Open Phones. This is Tarot Morning Wisdom, where I answer your questions with my cards for free. That's right, for free. And T. Jackson wants a card. And T. Jackson is about to get a card. And you asked, please, thank you, Purple. Purple is my favorite vibe. What's up, Gabriel Dre? Here we go. Here we go. I'm going to pause it. T. Jackson says, throw me a card. Dex says, let's talk about love. Let's talk about love. Let's talk about what it is to love yourself. Let's talk about what it means to use that deep and nurturing connection as the ballast, the foundation upon which you can reach upward and outward toward not lowercase l love, T. Jackson, but towards all capital letters love. The good stuff is contained inside of this. This is a message from the divine, T. Jackson. Are you ready to heed it? The number 6, the self-love 6 has dropped hard on here. And we got Adam, we've got Eve, we've got Raphael. They're all here and they're all saying, T. Jackson, buckle up, baby. But only if you can reach down into your emotional core, thank you, Woney, and say to yourself, self, I treasure you. I treasure you. Oh, I love you so much, self. You're amazing. Start there and see where it takes you, T. Jackson. See where it takes. What's up, Allie? How are you? Hi, Ari Ram, sorry. Pookie Dookie's here. Pookie Doo, you can ask as many questions as you want. Woney, you've been waiting. Woney, you've got an open next to your name. And Kira, aka Woney, asks, does Gabriel love me? Let's find out what the cards have to say. Kate Brown Shoe, how you doing, Queen? How was your weekend? Let's find out what the cards have to say as it pertains to Kira and Gabriel. Does Gabriel love Kira? Whoa! Thank you, RV Rom. That's incredibly kind. And friends, I'll say this while I shuffle. If you've got it in you to share this broadcast with your friends, I've been told that that's incredibly important and effective in the eyes of the app. T. Jackson says, that's crazy how you pulled my card. I love this. I'm very happy to hear that. Now, let's see. What's up, Nick Stanley? I'll get to you. Stick around, son. Stick around, son. Does Gabriel love me? Kira, here's what the cards have to say. Uh-oh. Well, I don't know. Is this a card of love, Kira? Or is this a card that says something about the realm of the swords? AKA the realm of the mind, AKA the realm of human thought. And trust me, when you see multiple swords inside of this deck, you're not looking at divinity displayed. And here in the Seven of Swords, we see somebody trying to bend reality to create, if not a false impression of what's going on, then at least there's the suggestion of masks inside of this seven. Now, Kira, if I catch this card and I'm wondering if Gabriel loves me, I'm saying to myself, ruh-roh, I'd better be extra vigilant around this right now. And I better really reach toward that number 7 myself, that charioteer 7 that says, I have to be in control of my fate, because it's too important to let my hand off the steering wheel when we're not so sure whether Gabriel is wearing masks in this situation. If he's wearing masks, go up there and rip the masks off. I don't know. I mean, like, is that really a doable thing? In a certain way, it is. You need to be super honest with me is a way to start that conversation. And you need to listen to your own single sword of truth, the one that lives inside of your chest, generally right above your stomach, that twinges every time you smell something is off. Okay? Kira, you got to come back and let us know what's up. I want to thank you, Kate Brown Shoe. Discernment. T. Jackson, my zodiac sign is the one that we are currently in, Taurus. Let's see here. Hi, Elma. How you doing? Hi, Jamie. Let's see here. I got to do RV Rom because RV Rom went to the trouble of pressing the fan club button on top of the screen. And how can I do wrong by somebody who's ready to press that button and say, yes, I too will have an open next to my name and access to several strange emojis featuring me in a white bathrobe. That's right, check them out. Check them out, RV. Let them rip. RV asks, will Munesh and Artie go against me? Huh? Will they? Will Munesh and Artie go against me? Frustrating to not know, eh? Let's see what the cards have to say about the generalized energy between you, Munesh, and Artie. Are you ready, sweet RV? Cards say, well, I don't think this is a card of treachery at all. This is a card of, obviously, you see here, inside of the Two of Cups, the general hint of a loving connection in the process of being born, all right? So if I'm seeing this, I'm saying to myself, okay, this is not an energy at all of treachery or of going against. This is a card of, if anything, like beginning the process of the creation of joy and emotional satisfaction and love, etc., and so on. So one hopes, RV, that you can look into this card and at least begin to feel a sense of comfort. Now, I'm not telling you to put your guard down. This is a number 2. This means that it hasn't burst into being yet. But there's so much potential inside these 2 cups. And I hope to God that you find your way in to a connection with this connection and as I unfilter comments that are being filtered for no reason, and let us know how it goes. All right? It's Tarot Morning Wisdom. My name is Open Phones. And we are throwing cards at your questions for free. Jam is here. Hi, Jam. I'm Open Phones. It's nice to meet you. I think this is your first time through. Everybody gather around and say hello to Jam. We're going to reach into this deck now, Jam, and we're going to ask, sorry, somebody's trying to get me to co-host their show. Will I find love soon? Okay, Jam. I'm going to do that question for you, but I'm going to also add a word to it if that's okay with you. And that word is, how? How will I find love soon? I'll add another word to it, too. How best will I find love soon? Let's find out. Oh, Elma. Thank you, Elma. That's kind. How best can Jam find love soon? Deck. Jam's looking for love. Now, Jam, I don't have to tell you the first rule. The first Tarot Morning Wisdom rule. How to find love. Rule 1. Leave the house. You've got to get out there in that world. I know. I don't like it any more than you do. But that's the way it goes. Now, we ask this deck, my sweet deck, my deck, the love of my life. Will Jam find love soon? How will Jam find love soon? How best can Jam calibrate themselves for love? Well, here we have a piece of advice, Jam. We move into the realm again of the pentacles, the realm of the real. Not the realm of the heart, the abstractly spoken, not the realm of the mind, click, clack, not the realm of spirit, of fire, of passion, and no. This is a card that says, how can you actively, in the real world, create something? How can you step into the realm of creation, the Empress realm of creation, and make something for yourself that's going to lead you toward what you seek in the realm of love? Is this active creation of health that I'm looking at? Is this active creation? Is this literally going to the workplace and starting there? It could be. But one way or another, you got to keep it in the material sphere, according to this card, to find what you're looking for. Right, Sky Coggins? Oh, Sky Coggins. Everybody say hi to Sky Coggins. And if you like quality content on this blessed app, do yourself a favor and follow Sky Coggins. Sky Coggins is out there cracking me up every bleeping two. Every two times I come up here, I'm finding Sky Coggins content, and I'm laughing and I'm smiling. How about that? If you like laughing and smiling, follow Sky. No, 92, aka Naomi. Hello, Naomi. Has a question here. Is Takunda, my husband, going to come back home today? Well, Naomi, I'm sorry that you're staring out the window looking for Takunda. Let's find out what the cards have to say, and I'll just warn you ahead of time. There's no bleeping way these cards can predict what any dude is going to do ever, all right? Can these cards predict the behavior of dudes? No. They can hint at things. They can hint at ways that you can tune your spiritual instrument to make yourself more empowered. Thank you. Here at Nakunda is what they have to say about your question, which is, going back to, is Takunda, my husband, going to come back home today? Huh? I shuffle and it comes back again. What is this? Is Takunda at work? Is Takunda sitting there busy, creating in the material sphere? I'm a little bit gobsmacked that I just did a full shuffle and a full cut, and this card leapt back into the game. It must really have something to say, Takunda. But basically, when I see this card, I see somebody who is hard inside of the act of creation. So hopefully your husband is out there getting the job done, and that will be ultimately to your benefit as well, even as you wait for him to return. You let us know. You got to come back, and you got to let us know what's going on. Right, Elma? August. Elma's got a question all the way extending to the realm of August. Ooh, I feel that in my stomach, Elma. I feel that in my stomach. Everybody say hi to Elma. Welcome, Elma, to Tarot Morning Wisdom. My name is Open Phones. Thank you, Haley. You rule. Let's see what we got here, Elma. Elma's thinking about August already, thinking about the end of the summer, and we haven't even really begun the beginning of the summer yet. My goodness gracious. Thank you, Nikki Marie. How are you doing, Queen? Let's see here. Elma asks, what's the vibe in August for me? Cards say, all right, let's talk about August. August. Whoa. The vibe for August has something to do with our beautiful High Priestess, number 2 in the Major Arcana. Now, when I see this priestess, here are the things that I think about Elma. I think about, first of all, the first feminine concept that the Major Arcana has to offer, which is here inside of this card as you see her. She's the Virgin Priestess. She is in charge of basically creating the womb from which all the rest of the universe emerges like a beautiful blossoming tree. All right? And as such, she has a very important job. A job of, yes, Kate Brown-Shoe, discernment. Discernment and the gathering of wisdom, as you see inside of that beautiful book that she's holding on her lap and in her arms. One other thing I could say to you about this High Priestess is that they are very importantly protecting that veil. That pomegranate veil is behind that priestess because she's just not going to let everybody in, all right? You can't let everybody in, says the High Priestess. You got to make sure that they deserve entrance to the universal realm of creation. All right, Queen, I know that may seem abstract as you reach into like some form of a question around perhaps your summer plans, but I hope that it hits, and I hope that you can put it to use. Oh, it's Happy TX Rena. Happy TX means your Haley's here. Oh, Haley, get over here, Haley. Haley, you went to the trouble of putting an open next to your name. I am so grateful. Buttery Flaky! Buttery Flaky's here. Queen. How far back do we go? If you're still here, I just see your name. Haley, get over here. My name is Open Phones. This is Tarot Morning Wisdom, where I answer your questions with my cards for free. That's right. And Haley's got a banger. I'm sorry, Haley, your name is Shay. You inform me. Hi, Shay. Hi, Shay. Will Mata try to come to Australia with me? Ooh, let's find out what the cards have to say about that, sweet Shay. Will Mata, try, importantly, not actually do, to come to Australia with me? Well, let's find out. Well, this is not an answer to that direct question, or to that question directly, but what you see here, Shay, is something so powerful and so ultimately depthy and healthy and equilibrium creating that it's hard not to talk about the alchemical process of turning garbage into gold. So Haley, aka Shay, when you see this beautiful winged angel, when you see this beautiful winged angel and you see this process that they're inside of, this engaged process of re-equilibrating brand new energy as it comes hot off of card number 13, the Death card. Think of these cards verbally, Stormy. Think about it. The Death card drops. Something old ends, something new begins. Bang! That new thing steps into the arms of the Angel of Temperance and re-equilibrates and re-strengthens itself that it might advance even further and upward and outward toward the stars. I see this card and I say to myself, well, that's a positive omen at the very least. And either that or it's a warning. So what, you'll get a new man? Well, I'll say this, Queen. If this is a direct statement to you, then that statement is as follows. You need to make sure that you front load your own equilibrium, your own balance within yourself, your own health. And we're talking about in card number 14, it's not that basic balance down in the lower decade. We're talking about a more sophisticated mind and body balance that's going to create power within you. The power that radiates outward is health. Okay, Queen? So whatever you do, make sure that you're doing that first. Does that hit? Hi, Jill Hobgood. Hi, Eric Smith. Marie A is here. Oh my god, and Marie, you've got a beautiful open next to your name, which means that it's so very easy for me to see what your question is with my squinting mellow Monday eyes. It's Monday morning, May 11th, 2026. Yes. And Marie A asks, what's up with the man I met? Huh? Okay, Deck. Marie A wants to know what's up with the man she met. And I do too, frankly. I don't know, Marie A, what do you think is up with the man you met? I don't know, Caroline R, what do you think is up with the man Marie A met? He's hiding things! Marie A, that bastard! Let's find out what the cards have to say about that man you met who you think is, you say, his past! My goodness gracious. All right, cards. What about this man Marie A met, who Marie A insists in all capital letters is hiding things about his past? Well, Marie A, you need to step into the place of power here. Look, step number one, you got to go talk to this magician. This magician is the moment of mystic contact that this deck has to offer, okay? When you see this magician, you know that you're being shown the first step, the first rung on the ladder to paradise. But this is an initiate's card, Marie A. This is basically being drafted into the army of the Lord. And when you see this guy, this girl, this person, and notice that they are standing in front of all of the elemental tools there on the table, and they have that powerful wand in their hand, that you're being shown power, your power. And if I'm receiving this card and I'm you and I'm worried about some dude that I met and the past that he's hiding, I'm saying to myself, oh, I get it. I can't play. I can't be in passive mode here. I need to, connect to my deepest sense of ultimate and basic power and illumination within, and I need to step on him and find out what the bleep's going on. All right? Maybe this card is connecting to him in some way. In which case, it would be suggestive that he's the one who's got all this power and who's beginning something new. But I want you to remember that you have all four of the elements in your hands: mental, emotional, spiritual, aka passion, and physical. And I want you to put them to work. And I want you to find out what's going on. And then please, Marie A, come on back and let us know. Because we're curious. Right, Stacia? Right, Heaven? Right, Bob's Hamilton? Right, Stormy? Let's see what we got here. Mona. They're always hiding. And by the way, yeah, Maria, as Mona so rightly points out, they're always hiding something. Let's see. Ooh, Heaven. That's an interesting question. Oh, Bob's Hamilton. Are we really going to dump Bible verses? I love you, Bob's. You want a card? Oh, Bob's Hamilton. Come get your card. All right. Come here, Inara. Hi, Inara. My name is Open Phones. This is Tarot Morning Wisdom, where I answer your questions with my cards for free. Reporting live from Nice, France. You can hear it blustering away. That's the Mediterranean wind outside the window, friends. The Mediterranean breeze. Inara, is Carter D still romantically interested in me? And am I going in the right direction in life? Well, that's technically two questions, huh? Let's just find out what the cards have to say. In general. Right, Pookie Doo? Here we go. Is Carter D still romantically interested in me? Well, yes. According to the Ten of Wands, there is so much fire and so much passion somewhere around this Carter and Inara situation. Perhaps even too much passion. It depends on how you want to view that person gathering all of that spiritual force, all of that fiery force. Are they gathering it to organize a full-on, passionate approach? Or are they burning themselves away in all of that excess passion? fiery, fiery, fiery energy. I don't know, Inara. What do you think? The sticks, yes, Pookie Dookie, the sticks do, in certain ways, look like carrots. Hey, Judy Marcus, Net766, how are you doing? Always good vibes only. Oh, Irene, I love that you love the energy. Please come back. Heaven, yes, you can go next. Okay, here we go. I gotta get to heaven, but heads up for all that fiery energy, Queen. It can be great, or it can be too much. It's kind of on you to make that call, all right? Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Heaven, Heaven. Hi, Heaven, with a beautiful cherry in your username. You ask, is Akel pulling on my energy or thinking about me a lot? I'm having weird dreams, and I'm trying to move on. Ooh, are you being psychically invaded by the energy of Akel? Are they yanking on your coattails in that fourth dimensional way that we all know and feel? And know it works. If somebody's putting all of their will into you, even if they're not sitting in your face, man, that can land. We got to be very protective of ourselves when we sense that happening. And there's truly only one way to do that. It's to go inward and declare yourself protected and safe by yourself, as though hiring yourself to be your own security guard, all right? Does that track, Heaven? Here, we're going to throw a card on this. Is Akel pulling on my energy or thinking about me a lot? Because I'm having all these weird dreams. And I'm trying to move on. Okay. All right. Interesting card to drop here. Is Akel pulling on my energy or thinking about me a lot? And a Hierophant falls. And what do I see inside of this Hierophant? I see somebody making an effort. Somebody trying to reach for love. Remember, this is at card number 5 in the Major Arcana. And so when you see this card, you see the act of growing upward toward card number 6. What's card number 6, you ask? The Lovers. The card of love. If I'm seeing a Hierophant reaching for that love and you're asking whether or not somebody's pulling on your energy, I have to say, this card sort of suggests a yes. So, and I would add, not just in the realm of the cups, not in the realm of just the passion, not in the realm of the physical, not in the realm of the intellectual alone, but all four at once. And you could even think of him as praying for it. If you wanted to, this Hierophant is open to prayer. Heaven, does that hit? Do you feel satisfied with that answer? Carmen is here. Hi, Carmen. How are you? Hi, Donna. Stormy, I didn't skip ya. I'm doing the best I can, Queen. I'm doing the best I can. Let me see here. Stormy says you keep skipping me. All right. I'm sorry, Stormy. All right. Maybe if you'd press that fan club button, I'd see your name a little faster. Okay, Stormy, here it comes. Stormy asks, how is Anthony feeling for me today? Ooh. What's the story, Stormy? What's the story? What is the story between you and Anthony? What is the story? LA Vixen 4. What do you think the story is between Stormy and Anthony, that Stormy's running up here asking a total stranger on the internet, grabbing me by the lapels and saying, answer the question. You love him. You love him. Stormy loves him. It's love. Oh, love. Sweet love. All right, Stormy. Stormy plus Anthony. Can we please, please, please take all of the love in Stormy's heart? Every single molecule of love in Stormy's heart for Anthony and pump it into this throw and find out what the bleep Anthony is thinking right now. I gotta know. Well, this bodes kind of well. We find here, Stormy, that when we ask these cards about Anthony and what Anthony's doing right now, that the cards are suggesting that Anthony is actively creating passion. Actively creating passion. Why do I say actively? Because it's the card number 3, the 3 of Wands. And in the 3s, we know that we're connecting directly to none other than the Empress energy. And the Empress is the grand explosion outward of first ideas. that she's constantly giving birth, Stormy. That's all that she does. And here in Pamela Coleman Smith's beautiful artwork, you see the idea of passion being born. And even a suggestion in the artwork that there's someone with their eye on the horizon. Someone with their eye on the horizon saying, what could the future hold? Where should I put this passion anyway? So, if I'm you, I'm seeing that and saying, okay, he's in a passionate mood. Maybe it's time for me to make my approach. What do you think, Storm? You think that one hits? You gotta come back and let us know. Right? Okay, Pookie Dookie, you've been so patient. Get over here, Stacia. Everybody gather around Stacia, please. Everybody gather around Stacia, aka Pookie Dookie, there in the chat. Because Pookie Dookie's got an important question to ask these cards. And that question is as follows. Will I find a healthy relationship soon? I've been waiting a while. Oh, Queen. I feel your frustration pouring through the screen, Stacia. When am I going to find a healthy relationship? Jesus. I've only unhealthy ones, right, Stacia? Okay, I'm going to take your question, yes, as written, and I'm going to add one word to it. How can I tune my energy best to find a healthy relationship once? Have you been on a string of unhealthy ones, Queen? Who here can identify with that? Stacia just wants to know what they can do to finally attract a healthy relationship for a change, and the cards are about to tell you something. Hopefully constructive. You never know. That'll point you in that direction. Let's see. Well. Do you know what this card's going to do here for me in this question, in this context, Stacia? I'm not going to sit here. Okay, wait a minute. Pookie Dookie just revealed something very interesting, an entirely new level to your question that changes the way I would answer it. You say, I've just gone through like a revelation, a change of vibes. So I'm hoping that I'd be attracting healthy relationships soon. Yes. 10 Wands speaks to that revelation. It's the maximum amount of spiritual strength that you can have inside of this deck, at least on our side of the bleeping veil. So Pookie Dookie, if I'm you and I see this, I go, whoa, yeah, okay, so I've made this huge connection. But what do you see here, Queen? Do you see somebody throwing wands around left and right? No, you do not. You see somebody gathering all of that force into a single bundle, a single powerful bundle that will evolve inside of that gathering to become a fresh energy, a new energy called the Ace of Wands. All right? So if I'm you and I catch this, I'm saying, oh, I see. I need to condense. I need to evolve upward in the realms of passion and simplify dramatically all of these fiery impulses that I have inside of myself. And somehow that will inevitably magnetize my future toward the concept of, one hopes, health. All right, Queen? Does that hit? Hey, Jay, how you doing? Hey, Carmen. Let's see here. We got Sewell. Hi, Sewell. Should I resign from my job to take the new offer down the road? Oh, that's a very practical question. Let's do that real fast here. For those who don't know, my name is Open Phones. This is Tarot Morning Wisdom, where I throw cards at your questions for free. That's right. You ask them in the chat. I squint at them through these glasses that are clean this morning, I might add, and read them one by one as my eye falls upon them. Don't become frustrated. If I don't see it right away, I'm doing the best that I can, and it's my loving intention to gently kiss upon the forehead each and every one of your questions and throw a card at it. Trust that, Sewell. Should I resign from my job and take this new offer down the road? Okay, let's find out what the cards have to say. Sewell's got a new offer, but it's down the road. Congratulations, Swell, on your new offer. Here's what the cards have to say to you. Oh, hell yes. All right, so when I see this 8 of Cups fall, first of all, we're talking about the realm of emotion inside of those cups, the realm of the heart. And 8 is a very powerful and strong number. It attaches to the concept of strength inside of this deck. But what you see inside of this artwork that Pamela Coleman Smith has so generously and beautifully rendered is the idea of walking away from the known, that which we know and understand completely, into the realm of the unknown. Why? To attain more wisdom and power and satisfaction in the realm of emotion. This feels like a direct answer to that, Sewell. Now, I'm not sitting there telling you that you can walk directly up to your boss right now and say, you know what, I quit. But, because is that the wisest call? Perhaps not. But make room for that new opportunity, all right? You got to make room for that new opportunity. Because the cards seem to want you to go on a deeper adventure than the one you're on now. And that 8 of Cups is there to say you will find strength at the bottom of that rainbow. Right, Judy? Right, Elma? I got to answer all these other questions, but thank you for offering it, and maybe I can get to it down the road a piece. I got to get to Judy Marcus 766 first of all. Everybody say hello to Judy Marcus 766. Hi, Judy. Hi. My name's Open Phones. This is Tarot Morning Wisdom, broadcasting live from Nice, France, the crown jewel of the Côte d'Azur. I'll never really have that accent. I'm sorry. Judy asks, does my husband think about me? Well, does he? Oh, honey. I'm understanding that you can't just walk across the room and ask. And I'm sorry if this is reaching into a realm of pain for you, Queen. I completely sympathize. I don't know what your context is. But let's find out what the cards have to say as it pertains to you and your husband and whether or not he's loved. He is, right, Stephanie? That is so true, Stephanie. I couldn't agree with you more. Would you like a card? Let's see here, Judy. How can we receive some comfort from this deck as you pine for your husband and ask whether or not he loves you? I know, Judy. Right, user 37? Okay, here we go. Ready, Judy? Judy asks, well, does my husband love me? Is he thinking about me? Honey. Cards say, okay, Judy, I've got to be perfectly honest with you. You've pulled a major card around the idea of painful human thoughts, all right? A 10 of Swords has dropped. And I've got to ask you if this card isn't telling you something about self-preservation in this moment. Are you walking into this broadcast and asking a perfect stranger on the internet, a question about this husband of yours, and bringing forward like some hope of, I don't know, Judy, you got to tell me a little bit more about this situation, first of all. Is your husband in the wind? Is your husband across town at the bar? One way or another, this card, if I'm reading it for you, seems to suggest that you need to do yourself a favor right now, Queen, and in some way, shape, or form, clean thy mind of all of these painful swords, and recognize that this card is viewable as a series of gargantuan exclamation points at the end of a very loud sentence saying stop. Okay? Notice that the sun is dawning in the background, that the black sky is fading away, and understand that this card is very interpretable and it's a set of instructions for you to attain peace in the realm of the mind. I hope that hits, Queen. It's Tarot Morning Wisdom. My name is Open Phones. We're having a mellow Monday. A mellow Monday. Not a screaming loud Monday. Not a screaming loud Monday. But a mellow Monday. Sure, I scream and yell regardless. Right, Sammy? Right, Carmen? Carmen, you've been so patient. Hi, Carmen. Everybody say hello to Carmen in the chat. LA Vixen 4. I love your username. Are you living in La La Land? Carmen, you can tell me. Carmen asks, will Sal and I be together? Oh, Carmen, are you pining for Sal? Everybody say hi to Carmen. Let's gather around Carmen and find out what's the deal with Sal. Are you thinking about Sal right now? LA Vixen? Wondering if you guys are going to work it out? Kathy Karaoke, you're amazing. I'm grateful for you in this chat, Kathy Karaoke. Thank you. And you, Kat. Yeah, and you, Sammy. Sal better get it together. All right, let's see what we got here. Carmen and Sal. Yo, Danny Darko is here. Sweet Danny Darko, it is always a pleasure to see you, especially on a Monday, when we know that we're starting the week off together right as a family. All right, Carmen and Sal. Are they going to wind up together? You know these cards can't really predict what any dude is going to do ever. But let's find out what the energy read is, right, Carmen? Carmen and Sal. Carmen wants to know if they and Sal are going to get together at some point. And guess what, Carmen? I'm not going to sit here and sell you a bill of goods like this is a fortune-telling session. Like I'm up here with my crystal ball. No. But I'm going to tell you right now that these cards are showing you an image that is there to depict the purest form of love available in the realm of the cups, in the realm of emotion. Carmen, if I catch this card on your question about Sal and I say, are we going to wind up together? The deck is showing me something about that perfect version of love. The one where you can celebrate yourself completely unmasked and completely unafraid. All right? And have that love reciprocated. Do you understand what I'm telling you, Carmen? This is a very, very, very positive omen. And I want you to take it into your heart. And then I want you to get over there and reach out to Sal. Get the ball rolling, Queen. Don't sit on the sidelines of your own existence, Queen. You've got to get in there and move. Time's getting short. Should always be your general ethos. This feels like a yes. Yes, LA Vixen. It feels like a yes to me. It feels like well, I'll tell you what it is. It's a depiction of the sweetest, most nurturing love that the deck has to offer. Does that sound like a yes to you? Good. All right. Hi, is it Astance? It's a beautiful name. Astance, how are you doing? My name is Open Phones. Welcome, Astance. My name is Open Phones. This is Tarot Morning Wisdom. Guys, if you've got it in you to share this broadcast with your friends, I've been told by the app that that's incredibly valuable to the health of the stream. I feel like TikTok's still punishing me gently for breaking my Monday, Wednesday, and Friday rhythm a couple weeks ago by virtue of being on the road to the crown jewel of the Mediterranean, Nice, France, where I'm broadcasting from this month and into the next. All right, Astance, does Jordan have romantic feelings for me? I just needs to know. Well, let's find out what the cards have to say about you and Jordan. Deck, can we shed some light on the Astance and Jordan situation, please? Interesting. The deck says something to you, Astance, in this moment, not about romance, and not about the lack of romance necessarily, but about the concept of having to push, and grow, and lead in the realm of the real. All right, the Pentacles are there to talk about the realm of the real, not the realm of the heart, not the realm of passion, not the realm of the mind, but the realm of the actual. And Astance, I'm just going to gently point out to you that this is a card depicting something. It's depicting somebody leading somebody somewhere. All right? So Jordan may need to be helped along a little bit here, but this is not a no. It's only a card suggestive of the necessity for work. Does that hit? Will you come back and let us know what the rumpus is, whether it works out or not? Hey, Soleil, how you doing? Hey, Kathy Karaoke. Yes, Kathy Karaoke. You've been so incredible since the moment you hit this broadcast. I'm so grateful for you coming by, Kathy Karaoke. Is this your first time here? If so, welcome to Tarot Morning Wisdom. My name is Open Phone, and I'm happy to meet you. Happy to meet you, and happy to answer your question. Kathy asks, look, it's a simple question. Should I look for another job? Oof. I'm sorry to hear that you're having job insecurity, Kathy Karaoke. That does suck. We've all been there. Some of us live there now, courtesy of 2026 being so fire-horsely crazy in the realms of employment generally, and in the world's realm of, money generally. Should I look for another job? Simple question, cards. What do you tell Kathy Karaoke about whether or not they should start, cruising the want ads, as old people like us can remember it used to be referred to? Yeah, well, look, this is not a card that screams yes to that question, Kathy Karaoke, but it's kind of like, I'm on the fence, to be honest with you. We're in the realm of jobs, we're in the realm of the pentacles, that's for damn sure. And what you're seeing inside of a number 2 here is the idea of, building force towards that number 3, as I say. If you take this card verbally, then the 2s are there to say, okay, before you begin, you must create the container, essentially, for that beginning to exist. Okay, and what you see here is that's one way to read this card. Okay, yeah, you need to start building towards something new. You just do. Simultaneously, I will say this, Kathy Karaoke. The cards are also saying something to you about the importance of maintaining bleeping balance. Okay, if there's a way for you to maintain balance in the realm of the material world, just basic balance, just enough balance to keep you from being knocked down as the winds of changes shift, as Bob Dylan would say, then you'll be doing yourself a service. You do need to build upward into a better situation for yourself, but you cannot afford for that effort to destabilize your present moment. Does that hit? Will you please, I beg thee, let us know how it goes, because I like to follow up here and find out what the plot leads to. You know what I'm saying? Here, let me take a sip of delicious French bubbly water. No more Topo Chico for this guy. Now it's strictly Badois. Right, Nikki? Oh, get over here, Nikki. Oh, Nikki understands that Open Phones has a soft spot for the realm of music. And especially the realm of asking these cards about the idea of beginning or continuing a music career. Queen Nikki, while I shuffle, I can say this proudly. Now, look, Nikki, I've been in the music realm for now going on what feels like 7 million years. But I'll say this. Last night, simply because I kept on giving myself permission. I kept on saying yes, even when I was scared. And then thankfully I had a friend in last night's context there to literally shove me into the moment to follow through. I got to sing on stage with a band in front of humans who applauded for the first time in what has to be, I don't know, 10 years more? Was I terrified? Yeah, terrified. Breathless up there. But I did it. Nikki, all of that said, strictly to tell you, I know what of which I speak when it comes to music and the idea of a career. Nikki, I'm gonna rip this deck open for you, and I'm gonna ask it not will you have a music career, because this deck doesn't know what the future holds. It depends on what you do. I'm gonna ask this deck what you need to do to most successfully pursue a music career. Okay, Nikki? Tell everybody here. Everybody gather around Nikki and say hello. Nikki, should we be following you on TikTok right now? Everybody follow Nikki on TikTok, because you're going to be potentially stepping into like I don't know who you admire in the realm of music, but you're going to be stepping into the early days of a budding star. Go follow Nikki Selmanage on her account on TikTok right now. Oh, thank you, friends. Thank you, friends. That's beautiful. Here we go, Nikki. Here's your advice, not your prediction. Your advice on how you can best calibrate all of your beautiful spiritual, emotional, passionate, intellectual, physical energy to encourage the success of a music career. Okay, guess what, Nikki? This is a practical drop. Oh, it's a beautiful practical drop. I'm really glad I get to talk about this card in this context. You know what, Nikki, this is? This is a card of instructions, ultimately. If you place this card on the wall like it's a portrait, you see a portrait of what inevitably it's most easily referred to as disappointment. This is a card in its verbal form about pushing past disappointments, about shoving past that sense of things ain't going so hot. Yeah, we all experience those resistances, especially in the realm of the creative. You walk up to the realm of the creative, you might as well expect to have a full wind blowing in your face the entire mother scratching time that you're in there. Get used to it. It does not change. Every now and then the wind dies down and you just burst forward. Here this card drops to instruct you that it's on you to do the growth necessary to empower yourself past any and all past, operative word, disappointments, and reach for that self-love 6, because you're going to need the 6 of swords down the road. All right? You're going to need those 6 swords to protect yourself, because it's not a slam dunk. All right? Guess what? I got some news for you. No matter what you're doing, it's not a slam dunk. You got to learn how to take it, and you got to learn the value of perseverance inside of that, because if you persevere, and by the way, just in case anybody missed it, these are swords. This is the realm of the brain, all right? Not the realm of the passionate heart. It's the realm of the brain. Tame your mind, Queen. Make sure that you are operating from a place of deepest self-love when it comes to the realm of the brain. And if you hear voices in your head saying, oh man, this ain't gonna work. Oh man, I can tell this ain't gonna work. Oh man, I'm so discouraged. Remember this card. Okay? You gotta be strong in the realm of the mind. You got to discipline yourself not to ban those voices, Nikki. Not to shove those voices to the back and say, get the bleep out of here, we don't need you. But to bring them toward you with a maternal, loving energy about you and say, come here, what do you want to tell me? What do you want to tell me? What do you want to tell me? I'm disappointed, I'm worried, I'm disappointed. Am I going to be stuck here forever? Is this all just a huge waste of energy? I understand. I understand. I understand. Don't worry. We're strong. We're strong. We are going to do what we need to do to achieve. Okay, Nikki? Here's my request, my musical request for you. Come back and let us know how it goes. And if you have anything that you have in this world that you need support for, talk to your friend Open Phones. I'm here to support people who are trying to create beautiful things in this world. That's all we have left, friends. How much can we fill this world with beautiful things before... look at Roos. Roos, my own personal friend and friend of the broadcast, Roos, just jumped into the chat to report, I just watched one of Nikki's music videos and she has an amazing voice. Nikki, it's happening. Nikki, you've got this. Nikki, let us know how it goes. All right? All right. What's up, Warrior Queen? And beautiful hair, Ruth says. That's awesome. That is so cool. Hi, Lisa. How are you doing? Okay, Sam. Sam, a.k.a. Sammy. Get over here, Sammy. Sammy, get over here. Everybody say hi to Sammy. Sammy. Sammy asks, will I get this job at Centerstone? I don't know what Centerstone is. But let's find out what the cards have to say, Sam. E. Doing the cut. Reassembling the deck. Oh, Sam. Sam wants a new job. He wants it at Centerstone. Cards say, yo. Well, I am so hopeful, Sam, that when I see this Wheel of Fortune, what I'm seeing is you bursting into the grand spiral of life, where every day is not a gigantic bore, a Groundhog's Day like calendar freeze, where your experience just seems to grind on and on the inside of that circle. My hope is that this card is there to speak to the benevolent version of this, which is about breaking out of those horrible ruts into a three-dimensional existence that never sees one moment twice. Okay? Will you please let us know, Sam, how that hits? I'm really hoping that's the case for you. Right, Charlotte? Right, Matt? Right, Zelly? Uh-oh. Stop. Everything stops. Everybody gather around. We have a tarot emergency. That's right. Zelly is here. Hi, Zelly. My name is Open Phones. You found Tarot Morning Wisdom, where I answer your questions with my cards for free. Now, Zelly's got a question about a cheater. Is Maddie cheating on me? Or has he cheated on me? What can you tell me, cards? Are there any details? What's the rumpus on this Maddie situation? Is he cheating? Ooh. Zelly, I would be proud to drop cards on this question. I'd be proud to let my deck shine a little flashlight of insight into this. Just on the off chance that we alert the world to a bleeping cheater. Look, do I love that he's called Matty? M-A-T-T-Y. I don't love that. Do I think that name is generally a good omen for positive dude behavior? I don't. Is that my own personal bias on display for the world to see? It is. I'm not here to say that Matties of the world are all a little too cool for school. With that extra T, well, really that extra Y at the end. It's concerning, that's all I'm saying. That little Y is a little concerning to me as an old bleep. Is Maddie cheating on Zelly? Well, is he? That maybe bastard. Cards say, take a deep breath, everybody, and especially you, Zelly, because the devil has bleeping dropped. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that you need to pick up your cell phone right now and text Maddie with, the giant middle finger emoji and then block his number for all time. But I'm saying that my deck is coming to you with what feels like a little bit of a warning. If I'm you and I'm smelling something in the breeze as it pertains to this Maddie situation, and this is the card that my deck shows me, I'm not feeling great about it. I'll say that. I'm not feeling great about the Maddie situation here. I'm asking myself if I've got to go deal with a few problems. Now, Zelly, be rational about this. Don't walk up to the first old man wearing a straw hat on the internet, ask the question, and then say, well, I guess that settles that. But, you know what I'm saying. The deck seems to issue a word of caution in the realm of Matty behavior. Should I ask him about the Wappa girl? Queen, yeah, don't play. Life is what again? Short. Life is what again? Not to be squandered. And especially not on guy's name. I'm so sorry. Maddie. Ugh. Yeah, Roos, I think that there is a little bit of truth to what you just said. That you might be... I sense an answer forming in Zelly's mind. Regardless, Zelly, I wish you all the luck in the world. And look, you know, I tend to come hard at the dudes of the world that are misbehaving. I dislike that intensely. And that can bias your friend Open Phones against guys unnecessarily. I'm not here to tell you that this is a prediction or that you can like 100% bank on it, but ugh, watch out. That's all I'm saying. Ooh, that's a good question. Hey, Charlotte, how you doing? My name is Open Phones. Welcome to Tarot Morning Wisdom, where you ask questions and I drop cards on them for free. And as I'm shuffling and staring at your questions, Charlotte, everybody say hi to Charlotte, please, in the chat. Hi, Charlotte. How you doing? This is a great question, actually, for the cards. Is my future husband someone new? Or is it going to be somebody from this herd of dudes that I already know? Oh, look at that sweet herd of dudes I already know. What a winner's circle of energy that is, right, Charlotte? Is my future husband going to be somebody new? Let's find out what the cards have to say. Let's see if my deck can motion towards newness or the opposite. I don't know. It's hard to guess. We'll do the best we can. Is my future husband going to be someone new? Cards say, well, interestingly, you know what? I'm choosing to read this beautiful and powerful star card at number 17 in the Major Arcana, in case any of you friends are keeping track at home, which is indeed an archetypal image of perfect authenticity on full, invulnerable display. Charlotte. Hold on. Sorry, my brain is absolute trash. I'm so tired. Tired? No, mellow. And I'm going to say that this star card is a generative card. This is a card of generating force and generating energy based upon that authenticity, based upon that truth of self. So, job one is to plug thyself into that energy and make sure that you are coming correct, that you are broadcasting the most pure and beautiful version of you out there that you possibly can. And then, secondarily, gently hold the idea that a star card is probably not serving you yesterday's leftovers, all right? But you gotta let us know what emerges. Okay? Hi, Darcy Hickey. Warrior Queen, get over here. Everybody say hi to Warrior Queen. And please, if you enjoy hilarious content on this app, genuinely creative content that is always a surprise and always a joy to see, well, you gotta go follow the Warrior Queen. Okay? Okay, Warrior Queen. Look, Warrior Queen's made a big decision. Big decision. They need a card to support the life-changing positive decision. I feel you, Warrior Queen. Congratulations on making a life-changing positive decision. I'd love to hear about that. Let's see what the deck has to say about this life-changing positive decision. Is there any energetic addition that my deck can make? Or just a simple piece of advice? The cards say a simple thing about the realm of the real. In the realm of the real, in that Emperor number 4 that we saw earlier arrive as the tone-setting card of this entire bleeping session. Warrior Queen, if I catch this card and I'm you, I'm seeing it a couple of different ways all at once. You've made a big life-changing decision. So the deck is in active communication with the divine here. We're talking about gray backgrounded cards, which are always like the deck's way of saying it's time for you to open your internal phones and listen to your best impulses and instincts. That's like job one. But then job two is to make sure that when it comes to the realm of the real, that you are ensuring with all of your power and strength that you have the basics firmly in order, that every little T is crossed and every little I is dotted, so that you can be sure that you're operating from as firm and solid a foundation as possible. That way, should anything emerge coming forward, you will not be in any danger whatsoever of being knocked upside down. All right? Will you let us know how it goes, Warrior Queen? Will you let me know how it goes, Warrior Queen? I want to know. Right, Darcy Hickey? Hi, Ashley Oneida. Oh, thank you, Jacqueline. Before you do, please reach out to me because me being in Europe means my schedule is all crazy, and I just want to make sure that you can book a time that we can both make. And I have not gone to the trouble of moving my Calendly app very much around. Okay. Let me just do this elevator pitch real quick. Right, Austin Langdon, Canada. For those who do not know, it's not just one card drops on TikTok that you get from me up here. Well, not up here. Yes, up here, that's what you do get. But it's not just one card drops on TikTok that I'm here to offer the world at large. No. I want to go deeper than that. I crave actual connection in a way that would involve 13 card Solomon spreads. the fuller and more improvisational and exciting realm of the private one-on-one tarot reads. And I am here to say proudly that I do offer this right here on this app. You can go directly to my links, click on them, and see what you have to think. If the idea of connecting to this, my energy, on a personal level via Zoom, where we can stare into each other's eyes using screens, and where I can sit with you and discuss each and every one of the cards that drops in every single one of the in every single one of the realms that are explored inside of these more complex spreads, then I want to do it. It's my dream here, not only to do TikTok stuff. I love it up here. I could be up here all the time. Now, I mean, maybe not really, but what I really want to do is create those relationships that go a little bit deeper. And Warrior Queen and I have already had a fully satisfying exploration in just that mode. How many cards did we drop? 13? 13 cards, was it? Was it 17? I can't even remember. But the gist is, that's what I'm up here to try to generate up here. I want to talk to you. So if that's interesting to you, please reach out. Please reach out, okay? Right, A2 Rocket Girl, right, Darcy Hickey. Darcy, you've been so patient. Get over here, Darcy Hickey. How you doing? It's open phones. It's Tarot Morning Wisdom. And Darcy's got a question, and the question is as follows. Will me and Nevaya get back together? Please? Okay. Let's do an energy read, Darcy, on you and Nevaya, and see what my cards have to say. Here we go. Get ready. Buckle your safety belts. Darcy, Hickey, and Nevaya. Cards announce. Well. You know what, Darcy? It's the get back together portion of this question of yours that makes me feel inclined to describe a certain aspect of this, the Wheel of Fortune card, to you. Okay? Okay, Darcy Hickey? There's a way, excuse me. There's a way to read this card that has a commentary for you to take in about being trapped, essentially, inside of a repetitive cycle. Now, you say get back together. I want to get back together. We're going to get back together. And all of a sudden, this Wheel of Fortune drops. I feel the major arcana of my deck gently encouraging you to examine whether or not you might be putting yourself on this hamster wheel and not allowing yourself to move forward from what was beautiful in the past that is no longer there. All right? There's nothing inside of this card that necessarily predicts a successful reuniting of a relationship, but there's a million things inside of this card that screams, do not allow yourself to get trapped inside of a rut. All right? Because, again, life is too bleeping short. We don't know when it's all going to go kablooey. All we can do is remind ourselves every single day that the best experience we have to offer ourselves is one that is new in each and every lived moment that we get to experience while we are here upon this bleeping, flawed but beautiful planet. All right, Darcy Hickey, let us know how it goes. That's all I ask from you. Hey, Faye, how you doing, Queen? Everybody say hi to Faye. Faye, the classic. There's somebody up in this chat who just is begging me to comment on whether or not I'm related to Jeff. What do you think? No, yeah, I'm his brother. Thank you for positively connecting the way that I look up here to the actor Jeff Goldblum. Each and every one of you does that. You have my thanks. I really appreciate being compared to any kind of an actor. It's very kind of you. But sadly, I am in no way, shape, or form related through blood or anything else to anybody famous. Sorry, I know. Right, Sakana? Right, Donna Goodpaster? Right, Wendy Ortiz? Right, Jess R? Okay, A2 Rocket Girl, I see that you have that open next to your name, which means that you went to the trouble of pressing the button that screams fan club, and I deeply appreciate that, so I'm going to read your question right now, sweet A2 Rocket Girl. How does my money situation look? That's a good one for these cards. Let's see if we can get a little energy read on the old money situation. All right. Here we go, A2. Rocket Girl. A2 Rocket Girl asks, how's my money situation look, huh? Cards say, bleeping great! Yo! It's not so often that you're going to catch me reading any of these pentacles as a direct interpretation of money or their situations. But in this case, finally, A2 Rocket Girl, you've asked a question where I can go full tilt boogie into the idea of absolute abundance. This is a card of what again? Total abundance. Massive abundance in the realm of pentacles, in the realm of the real, in the realm of, yes, money. Your money situation looks like abundance, is what my deck says. And I don't have any way to carve details into that. I'm not a financial advisor. No, far from it. But I am somebody that can say that this card unilaterally always connects to that kind of abundance, especially in the realm of money. So I hope that you can find a way towards actively pursuing it as such. I'll also gently suggest that there's something inside of this card about family and family connections, ancestral and otherwise. So if there's something inside of that for you, as it pertains to your money situation, by all means, connect away. Okay. Let's see who's here. And friends, as I stare into this beautiful chat, I'm going to say, if you have it in you to share this broadcast as it is happening with your friends, I've been told that's incredibly valuable. Incredibly valuable to this broadcast. Thank you, Danny Darko. Let's see who's here. Nimi is here, or Nimi. Hi. Jennifer M is here. Hi, Jennifer M. Let's see here. Cass, you really want to know if you're going to get married? Cass, you have to tell me if you're engaged first. I don't know why I just arbitrarily... Jess R agrees. They're not related to anybody famous either. That's understandable. Wendy Ortiz is here. Wendy Bird is here. Wow, Wendy Bird with the burning question about whether I'm related to... Why did they censor that, Austin Lagden? Let's see here. Baja has a fascinating question. I wish that I could just make it so that every comment could go through. Let's see here. I'm looking. Chrissy J. Monk is here. Mohammed Baidani. Water Tower is here. Who here has a question for these cards? Boy, I started out so mellow. Top of this broadcast, I was just like, oh, guys, I don't even know. Oh, guys. Let's see. What do you guys... And now I'm just all fired up again. I'm glad to say your energy rubs off on me. We're broadcasting from the crown jewel of the south of France, Nice, France right now. Nimi, or Nimi. Let's see here. Nimi asks, is Chanu coming back to me this month? I don't know, Nimi, but let's find out what the cards have to say as it regards you and Chanu generally. Not sure why my feet is stuttering there. I hope it's nothing tragic. All right. Nimi? Is Chanu coming back to me this month? Tell me. Cass, I see you and I want to answer your question. Is Chanu coming back to me this month? Cards say the Empress bodes well for that question, Nimi, because the Empress is the grand motherhood card par excellence. She's the young mother of every scintilla of universal energy available. She is there like a veritable geyser, filling the universe with her love. All right? This feels, if this Emperor and that energy can connect to you and the pining that you're having for Chanu and suggest to you something positive in the realm of whether they're coming back, I'm all for it. I'm only going to say to you this: these cards aren't predictive devices, and I will never be able to tell you what a dude's going to do. They're too easily distracted. But one way or another, to me, you're being encouraged towards this energy. How can you sit inside of this Empress's throne and be in the process of deepest creation across all four elements, the physical, the mental, the emotional, and the passionate, all at once? How can you embrace this infinite energy and make it your own? If you do that, you will become a great magnet for others with similar energies. And you'll be surprised at what the universe will put on your doorstep when that bleep happens. Am I right, friends? Can we all testify to the Empress's energy? It's Tarot Morning Wisdom. My name is Open Phones. And we're here to throw cards at your questions for free. Cass, no, I did not do your question. Cass, are you engaged? Cass, what's the deal with you in marriage? Has somebody been telling you that marriage is like some solution to something, Queen? You got to give us more plot details than that. That's all I'm asking. Vogue Grove is here. We need an emoji with a cup. I'm going to make one here. I want fresh emojis with me and my French hat because I'm having so much fun here in the crown jewel of the Mediterranean. God, am I ever, Feifei. Feifei, you wouldn't believe the stuff that's been going on. I sang in front of people last night in a full bar. Was it really? Okay, not a full bar, I'll be honest. But a bar with people in it who did, yes, direct their attention at the stage. All right, Jessar, I'm here for you. Jessar, how you doing, Queen? Will my week be okay? Let's find out, Queen. Let's find out. Let's find out. Will my week be okay? Asked Jessar. The cards say, oh, this feels like an okay energy to bring into the week, Jessar. One that connects very strongly to the concept of health. One that connects very strongly to the concept of nature. And one that very strongly connects to the concept of actualization, materialization, the actualizing of ideas, the making real of emotional wishes and hopes. I hope that this bodes well. Oh, beautiful, Jessar. If you're going in for any kind of a medical situation, now I'm not going to sit here, Jessar, and blow smoke and tell you like, oh yeah, you're cool. But I'm going to tell you that if I'm you and I'm catching this card, I'm feeling pretty damn good about it. Everybody wish Jessar good luck on their CT scan tomorrow. Jessar, I hope that you come back and let us know what's going on one way or the other. I'm praying for you, Jessar. I want you to be as healthy as possible. As I almost spit all over my own camera. This card screams health. This card is health as a concept put forward by the deck. All right, Queen? You are going in with strength on your side. And I hope with all of my heart that you get the news that you need, the positive news that you need, and that like you're always moving on your journey towards the place of perfect health. Let us know how it goes, Jessar. I really, really appreciate you, Jess. You've been coming here for a long time. Don't think that I haven't noticed. Every time I see your name, my heart gets a little happier. Thank you, Jessar, for spending time here and for sharing your situation with us. I really couldn't appreciate it more. Thank you, Queen. I wish you the best tomorrow. Let us know how it goes. Hey, Beck World. How you doing? Hey, Claudia Dallas. You're fantastic, Jess. There, I said it. Who here has a question for these cards? This is Tarot Morning Wisdom, where I read your questions out of the chat and drop my cards upon them for free. Oh, Cass needs Beck World. It's great, Beck's World. It's great to see you, Cass. I know you're worried about marriage. Get over here, Cass. Cass, I'm dropping you into this deck, holding the concept of you and marriage in my mind, and I'm saying, deck, will you please give Cass? Will you please give Cass a piece of advice on what they can do to better position themselves in this world to find a spouse? Okay? We're on spouse hunt duty here on this throw with Cass. Everybody say hi to Cass. Hi, Cass. Cass is many things, but unfortunately one of them is that Cass is single. And Cass is sick of being single. Cass wants marriage energy coming down the pike and wants to know what this deck has to say to Cass about how best to tune their spiritual instrument to become a magnet for that kind of energy. Let's let it rip. Interesting. Okay. Here is the advice as it pertains to marriage, Cass, from my High Priestess, the number 2 of the Major Arcana. What this card is here to discuss, essentially, on the larger chain towards paradise, the chain towards love, that the Major Arcana is here to discuss, is the idea of, first of all, creating deepest peace within yourself. Polar peace. You see these 2 poles? There's like a little plus and minus at the end of a battery. All right, Queen? This is where power begins. You got to go all the way back to where power begins, according to this card. And not just power, but feminine power in particular. The High Priestess is the first instance of feminine power in the deck. You need to bring it all the way down to brass tacks right now, according to this card. And you need to gather force there. And you need to move from there protective of that veil. I like to think of that pomegranate veil behind this priestess as the Empress's energy in waiting. And that Empress is there to give birth to the world. But this priestess is not going to let just anybody through. All right? This priestess needs to know that any entity, any energy whatsoever that walks through this veil, this curtain, is there because they deserve to be there. I think when I read this card and I see you, I say, my priestess would tell you one thing by way of advice. Don't be so eager to, as you put it, get married, which is a very, that's not nothing. It's pretty serious commitment. Please be protective of yourself and your self-interest. Please do not just willy-nilly let anybody walk past this priestess into the veil through the veil and into the realm of the Empress. Please, Cass. I know you want to be hitched. Look, God bless you. I hope you get hitched. This priestess says, don't just rush in, all right? Be smart. Because you're letting somebody into your heart, Cass. That's incredibly important that you are discerning while you do that. And I feel like the word discerning, courtesy of Kate Brownshue earlier, keeps popping into my mind for a reason. Right, Oren? Right, Oren? How you doing, Oren? It's good to see you. Let's see here. Who all's here? Tineyako. Paul Smith Mongoose. I'm not James Woods. How dare you? The nerve. James bleepin' Woods. Come on, can't you at least give me a Jeff Goldblum? You gotta give me a James Woods. You gotta give me that absolutely ridiculous parody of a man who espouses some of the most vile and ridiculous ideas available on Earth. Well, I'm glad to find that you love him. Why don't you go watch Another Day in Paradise then? You love James Woods so much. Look, I love James Woods too before he became a complete bleep. Ay. Look, Once Upon a Time in America is one of my favorite movies. Another Day in Paradise is one of my favorite movies. I even like The Hard Way, where he was with Michael J. Fox. Saw that in the theater. Can you say that, Paul Smith Mongoose? Look, we're not here to talk about that grizzled old bleep, that grizzled old perp. I've got, as a person from Hollywood, California, I've got a set of James Woods stories. I'm not going to tell them right here on the internet because I don't want to give all that crap energy. I'll just say his behavior has been questionable in the extreme, as it's been reported to me by people who I trust to give me solid information. All right? Like some young. Did I say that? Or just think it? Anyway, Melissa Berry, we're not here. Oh, Melissa Berry. Everybody gather around Melissa Berry. This is a tarot emergency. As my James Woods screed knocks the chat down to 9 people. Sorry, everybody. I got led astray, Paul Smith Mongoose. Got led astray. And you're a demon eater, too. Well, you should know better. Melissa asks. Everybody gather around Melissa. Hi, Melissa. My name is Open Phones. This is Tarot Morning Wisdom, where I answer your questions with my cards for free. And Melissa, you've got a heck of a question. It says, is Calvin faithful to me? Well, look, that could go either way, right, Melissa? The answer is either yes or no. Is Calvin faithful to Melissa? Is Calvin faithful to Melissa? Okay, everybody start the mantra. Is Calvin faithful to Melissa? Is Calvin faithful to Melissa? Is Calvin faithful to Melissa? Melissa just got a weird feeling. Who amongst us has not enjoyed, or actually literally not enjoyed, having a weird feeling about that person of theirs? Is Calvin, or is Calvin not faithful to Melissa? Deck, What say you? Is there anything that you can shed light on here, deck, sweet deck? Now, Melissa, I'm not saying that this deck is always the most coherent as it pertains to up and down votes on whether people named Calvin are keeping it together out there in the world. But let's just find out what the deck has to say. Is Calvin faithful to Melissa, according to this deck? Melissa, I'm not telling you to text Calvin right now and say it's over. I'm not telling you that. Because these cards are too easily and very, I would add, hermetically designed to be interpreted 2 ways minimum each and every time you see them. So if I'm sitting here going, well, you know what, you caught the 3 swords, Pamela Coleman-Smith is impaled the heart and put it in a rein, and I'm going to choose to lock in on the negative aspects of just the visual and the visual alone and say, yeah, Calvin's bleeping like up to something. Now, is that a legitimate read? Perhaps in certain ways, but it's also wildly irresponsible. It would, or I should say, it would be wildly irresponsible of me to sit here and tell you that and not give you 1 million asterisks. But what this card at its very elemental heart is doing is describing something about growth, fundamental growth in the realm of the mind. 3 swords, Melissa. 3 swords. Now, what does that mean in the old deck, in the Marseille deck? There's no hearts on the Marseille deck's 3. The 3 connects to the Empress, connects to the idea of life in active generation. But what Pamela's sort of pointing you at here is that sometimes to grow in the realm of the mind is to push through old truth that no longer serves and evolve as hard as you bleeping can past that, okay, Queen? I just, yes, it's available that you could say, oh man, Calvin's cheating on me. Now, I'm not going to say that's a yes or a no, but this deck is telling you something about needing to persevere and push towards mental stability at number 4. So, sweet Melissa, what I'm going to tell you to do is get to the bottom of it yourself. The number 3 is an odd number in this deck, which means that it's and in general, frankly, and therefore you have to stay in the active mode here. There is no sitting back and crying on the bench. If you see this card, you've got to get in there and figure it out and self-advocate. Can you dig it? Self-advocate. Make sure that the coast is bleeping clear as it pertains to this Calvin situation. You got a bad feeling? Trust your gut and then go from there. But do not sit around and wait around for things to happen. Melissa Berry 235 says, I got you. Well, that's all we can ask, Melissa Berry. Will you please come back and let us know how it goes? I want to know. I want updates on you and Calvin. I want to know what the hell's going on there. I hope nothing. Hey, you didn't hear me say it's a yes heart. I took it that it's 100% a yes. I'm just saying the deck did not say coast is clear here. Can you dig it? Who here has a question for the cards? It's Tarot Morning Wisdom. I'm your buddy Open Phones, and I'm here to answer your questions with this deck for free. But first, I need the questions. Wait a minute. Orrin's got a question. I've been staring at Orrin's questions on and off. Thank you for your patience, sweet Orrin. Orrin says, will things ever be fixed between me and Jose? Or should I just give up? I don't know, Orrin. I'm sorry things have been difficult between you and Jose. That's a bummer. You want to tell... Hey, yeah, Yahweh Lee is here. Yahweh Lee. I always love to see Yahweh Lee's name as it crosses into the chat transom. I'll say this, friends. If you've got it in you to share this broadcast with your friends, if you think that's something that you'd be interested in doing, it would help me a tremendous amount as I ever seek to heal the rift between me and this brilliant, intelligent app that is as well-meaning as any social media app on this planet can be. Just share it with your friends. It tells the app, all right, Phones is back. Yeah, he went on a little bit of a hiatus there, and we were going to punish him, I guess, forever. Maybe a couple of shares here and there will move the needle. Right, Orin? Orin asks, Orin asks, will things ever be fixed between me and Jose? Or should I give up? Let's find out what my cards have to say. Ready, Orin? As it pertains to you and Jose, the cards have the following to inform you. This card won't go away today. This is the Three of Pentacles, Orin. What's that mean, Phones? Well, what it means is that if you want things to be fixed between you and Jose, it's going to require work. More work, even. Now, it's not a Five of Pentacles where you're being told, yeah, it's going to take forever. But it's saying you need fresh energy in there. And maybe this is also a call to simplify, maybe be a little less complex in your thought. And also, even more, as another layer, there's the opportunity to think of this as a collaborative card, Orin. Is there any way that you and Jose can join forces on some form of an actual project that actually has a material result at the end of it? Because this is not the Three of Cups, where everything's like, oh, it's just joy, joy, joy. And it's not the Three of Swords, which we just got done discussing. It's not the Three of Wands, where passion is forming. It's the Three of Pentacles, where something is being given form in the material sphere. So specifically, Orin, if you do want to patch things up with Jose, I would start in the realm of the real. How can you physically get there with sweet Jose? It's definitely not, Orin, it's definitely not a card that says give up. It's definitely not a card that says you're wasting your time. But it's a card that says time to go into active mode and stay there. Okay? Oh, Bex World, thank you. Where did I go? I am in Nice, France, where I'll be broadcasting for the entire month of May and into June. I am living in paradise. I went from sort of like a weird version of American quasi-paradise in Hollywood, California, to a beautiful Mediterranean breeze. The color of the water here is enough to make your head swim in all of the pleasurable ways that heads swim. I've sung in front of people for the first time in a million years. Not once, not twice, not 3 times, 4 times so far. And I don't think I'm done yet. Look, this is a place where a creative spirit such as myself can flourish, and I am enjoying this blossoming effect that this beautiful salt air has on my general disposition. Can you dig it? I know you can, Yabi Lee. Let's see here. Oh, thank you, Bex World. Thank you. Oh. Sundeepa Singh, get over here. Sundeepa Singh, hi, how you doing? It's Open Phones. This is Tarot Morning Wisdom. How can we help you with your marriage today? Sundeepa Singh says, will my marriage work out with my husband? Honey, I am so sorry that you find yourself staring into the abyss around your marriage and worrying about your husband. That is the most unpleasant and unmooring feeling that one can experience, where that thing that you thought was going to be forever starts to shudder on its foundations, and you say to yourself, what the bleep? Am I going to have to change literally everything? Is my marriage going to work out with my husband? Let's find out, Sundeepa, what these cards have to say by way of advice as it pertains to you and your husband. You want to know whether the marriage is going to work out. I'm telling you right now, this deck's not very good at predicting whether things are going to happen in the future. There's too many variables between this present moment that we are constantly in the occupation of and any theoretical future. It's all theoretical. But I can give you some advice, and that's what I'm about to do. Sundeepa Singh is worrying about their marriage and saying, oh man, what can you tell me, man? I'm not feeling great right now. I want to know what you can tell me about my marriage. Cards say, it's time for you to take deep control of the passionate realm, all right? 7 Wands has fallen on this, Sundeepa. So we're in the realm of fire in particular. We're in the realm of creativity, procreativity, and spirituality, which all 3 form a beautiful, twirling Ace of Wands at their very heart. And here, inside of the number 7, the number 7, which is available here, we see Pamela Coleman Smith, again, showing us 2 things at once. First of all, you see somebody in a state of fiery struggle, right? Just like feeling like basically surrounded on all sides. Not with necessarily everybody else's passion, but with their own. And the suggestion inside of this card, if you take it as the piece of advice that it is, Sandeepa Singh, is to make sure that you are consolidating 6 of these wands in the realm of self-love and appreciation for the fiery passion that you yourself hold. And that equilibrated energy of deepest self-respect in the realm of fire will then be offered that 7th wand of power. And that 7th wand of power is there to help guide you to where you want to go. So if you want your marriage to work out, the 7 of wands is here to say, Queen, get your bleep together and go make it happen, or go and find out that it's not going to happen and move on from there. But you cannot live in the limbo of not knowing, all right? I understand that you, I completely understand, coming up here and speaking to a grizzled old stranger on the internet and saying, come on, just give me some good news. This is good news. This card says to you, you are empowered, and you need to stay inside of that power to make the decisions that are going to form the rest of your life, one way or another, no matter how you cut it. I wish you luck, Queen, and I beg you to come let us know how it all goes. All right? We're your friends, Sandeepa Singh. Don't forget us, right, Gabby Cox? Hi, Gabby Cox. How are you doing? What's up, Brooke Amanda? Let's see. Thank you, Gabby Cox. Gabby Cox. Everybody say hi to Gabby Cox, please. Hi, Gabby. Welcome to Tarot Morning Wisdom, Gabby Cox. My name is Open Phones. I'm coming to you live from the south of France. That's right. I'm an international sensation, guys. I don't know if you can tell. Gabby Cox, you got a great question. You got a question that I can relate to because it's about daughters. I have a daughter, a grown daughter, 18 years old. Holy smoke. I know. Happens fast. Your question. Will my daughter have a good future in her career? Well, I don't know, Gabby Cox. Let's see if the deck has anything salient to say to you about your daughter. Now, I'll say right up front, Gabby Cox, am I 100% certain that I can jump you and leap over your energy? Hi from Honduras. It's an international broadcast, people. That's what I'm telling you. You're in Honduras. You're asking about whether your daughter's going to have a successful career. Let's just find out what the cards have to say. I'm not going to give you the speech that I was about to give you about how I'm never 100% sure if I can read somebody else's energy that's not the querent. But blah, blah, blah. That's all inside baseball stuff. I'm not going to get bogged down, and I'm just going to throw a card at your question, Gabby. I'm reading your energy right now, Gabby, which means that I'm reaching into this deck for something that can help you. Well, look, again, you've asked this question about your daughter. This is a card aimed at you. And this card is saying something to you about how you can tune yourself for growth in the realm of the mind. You're worrying about your daughter. This card drops. I'm saying to myself, okay, well, I got one of 2 choices here. I can read this card as some form of an expression of difficulty, growth. Again, it's never anything other than growth. But because and P.S. everybody, that's why it's raining. It's watering this situation to let it grow to the number 4. But if I'm reading this card as you and it's aimed at you, which is probably the most likely outcome here, the sensation I'm getting is the need to maybe do a little sword removal here and just stick to a more primary sense of wisdom that you know already resides right here inside of your stomach. But also a necessity to actively, again, reach for mental peace. Are you not having mental peace? Are you not experiencing peace of the mind as you worry about your daughter? This card suggests that there might be some benefit to growing into a sense of stability in the mind. But what I'm not going to tell you, Gabby Cox, is that your daughter, who is not here right now, is the one catching this card as it pertains to her career. You worry there we go. There we go. I'm glad I got to the bottom of it. Gabby says, I worry so much. Honey. This card is saying, if you want to invite peace into your mental world, you are going to have to reach for it in some way, shape, or form. You're going to have to grow into it. Think about this card not as an impaled heart with a bunch of swords in it that is there to speak of tragedy like some pirate's tattoo. Think about it as a seed that's going to grow love and peace once, again, these roots are allowed to extend into the earth and grow upward into that number 4. And the one thing you can say about the pain that you see inside of this card is that kind of growth ain't always the easiest. It ain't always the easiest, but it's the most valuable. All right? And it does require new modes of thought. That Empress energy speaks to that Empress energy at the base of this card at number 3 is it's all about motherhood. It's all about new creation. It's all about filling the universe with new energy. So when you see this card, know that you are being beckoned to that newness in the realm of the mind. Can you dig it, Gabby? And please, will you please let us know how it goes as it pertains to your daughter? And just do everything you can, Gabby, to simplify your mind and strengthen it. Find ways to create peace inside of yourself and move from there. You're so welcome, Gabby Cox. Thank you all the way from Honduras. I really, really appreciate your presence here. Please bless us with it again in the future. All right. Who here has a question for these cards? This is Tarot Morning. Thank you, Gabby Cox. This is Tarot Morning Wisdom. I'm your friend, Open Phones. And we're here to answer your questions with my cards for free. Wait a minute. Did Crash Gordon just walk into the chat? Oh my God. Is it true, Crash? Are you here? Do I get to say, everybody follow Crash Gordon, but only if you like high quality content about the world's most exciting sport, roller derby? I hope so, Crash. I hope that you didn't have to just run away. Anyway, Shawnee, how you doing, Shawnee? Shawnee, you're here for a simple love life update, and I'm here to give it to you, Queen. Are you ready to have it? Are ya? Here it comes, Shawnee. Shawnee needs a love life update. Deck is here. Deck is here to offer Shawnee this piece of wisdom. Your love life update for this May 11th, 2026 is as follows. It's time to step into your deepest sense of power in the realm of heart, sweet Shawnee. This 9 of Cups is connected directly to the Hermit in the Major Arcana, which means that it's not time to take a rest, all right? You have a responsibility to this card to show up for yourself as strongly, with as stiff of a spine as you possibly can. The Hermit is there to lead. The Hermit is there to guide. The Hermit is there to create safe space for oneself. You see that space depicted here with that divine blue veil. And I hope that this card is there to encourage you as it pertains to your love life to be protective of yourself and respectful of yourself at all costs. And to never put your guard down. All right? The Hermit's up and strong. Stay up and strong. And you will persevere. Right? Oh, woof. My voice. Hi, JM. How are you doing? Oh, JM, you sweet thing. Are you worried about getting a job? JM says, will I get a job offer soon? Ugh. Will I get a job offer soon? Oh, JM. Let's see what the cards have to say. And friends, if you've got it in you to share this broadcast with your friends. JM says, I'm not too good. I recently quit my job. Oh, JM, I'm sorry that you're feeling the anxiety of that. I totally understand where you're coming from. I'm here to wish you strength. What up, Silver Moon? How are you doing? Let's see what the cards say that can help you on in this moment of insecurity and uncertainty as it pertains to the job. Oh my God. So the least we can do is to support you inside of this, JM. Come on. Hey, Musanda Seren, how you doing? All right, JM. Here comes your advice. The Tarot Morning Wisdom advice is coming your way. It's coming your way. Silver Moon, good morning. How are you? What's up, Janib? Okay. Look, JM just said no more to a job that I would assume is not cutting it. Now they're worried about whether they're going to get a job offer soon. There's some anxiety there. How can JM best tune their energy for success? Well, okay, never mind. I can bleeping stop with that speech because JM, look, up here on Tarot Morning Wisdom, we don't sugarcoat these cards, all right? That's not what these cards are here to do. JM, my deck is telling you something about how you are, in fact, in the evolutionary birth canal known as the Tower, all right? Yeah, it's the Tower. Don't panic. Don't panic. Don't worry. You can see that where that flame is coming out? I lived there for months on end, JM. You can live there. It's not necessarily the most fun, but sometimes it's the most necessary. And within this card, it's important to remember, even as we see lightning strike it and as people fall to their, inevitable demise, like whatever the bleep this symbolism is, where the people are flying around in the air, the real message of this card, as it pertains to the ladder to paradise that known as the Major Arcana, is that the card preceding it at number 17 is the divine and perfectly connected and authentic star card. That's the energy that's being released from this tower. This tower is a tower built upon old ideas, JM. Well, we don't do omens here necessarily that are I'm sorry, I'm trying to unfilter your comment. There we go. Look, this is a challenge. You are in the heart of a challenge. That's what cannot be denied when you see this Tower card. This is what Jodorowsky calls the marvelous catastrophe. This is the thing that changes everything about your life. And you cannot shy away from this moment, JM. You cannot sit around on your laurels and feel bad that the old ways are gone and the new ways are unknown. You need to embrace this moment with a full-throated intensity that ultimately is deeply connected to that star card energy that I was talking about before. Here's how I navigated my tower. Are you ready? I started to think about it this way, as though I was born inside of us, or not even born. Picture yourself there on the ground. Picture somebody building this building around you over time. Picture that building going up. It's going all the way up. Next thing you know, you're inside this building. Now, picture yourself growing. And you grow. And you grow. And you grow. And the next thing you know, you're pressed up against the inside of the tower. You're growing still. It's not stopping. Ooh, it's starting to hurt. And eventually, the tower starts to crack. And eventually, the tower falls. And then you have grown out of that old situation and are finally allowed to experience yourself tower free. Trust that that's always where this card goes. Every single time. But yes, JM, you will have to earn it with perseverance, all right? And a really deep, firmly rooted sense of self, value of self. You cannot let this situation erode one molecule of your self-value. If you do, you'll just be adding to the work that you have to do. Take every spare moment that you have, JM, and make sure that you're actively condensing your energy around the idea of your own intrinsic worth, because it will only serve you. No matter what this card, and I would also remind you that this card is about externalities many times. Preserve internal sanctity, and you will reduce their impact. JM, I want you to come back and tell us how it goes. All right? Friend? Yes, thank you, Silver Moon. I appreciate that. I don't see any value whatsoever in the idea of looking at the tower as a painting on the wall. That's not what this deck is here to do, in your humble friend's opinion. Right, Vanessa? Oh, hold on, everybody. We've got a tarot emergency on our hands. Vanessa is here, a.k.a. V. And V has a female that's stalking her. What the bleep? All right, everybody. Hey, Kiki, how you doing? Everybody gather around Vanessa. Everybody form a circle around Vanessa. This is nonsense. Oh, Roos, mwah, mwah, mwah. Have a great week. Have a great Monday and a great Tuesday. I will see you on Wednesday, if not before. Hold on a second. Let me grab it. I gotta grab a fresh water over. I'll be right over. 1 second. Don't go nowhere, Vanessa. Stalker? That's out of hand. Stalker? All right. Let's get in here. What's Vanessa? Hey, Izzy, how are you doing? What's Vanessa supposed to do about this stalker situation? Hey, Sherry So Very, how you doing? Sherry So Very, man. Everybody go follow Sherry So Very. Why? Because they have high quality content, which seems to take place entirely on a farm, which makes it aspirational for your friend Open Phones. Now, Vanessa's got a female stalker. We've all seen this movie before. Certainly if you're old enough to still watch movies, as many of us are. We know that female stalkers are never portrayed in a positive light in the realm of cinema. And Vanessa, you got a problem on your hands as it pertains to a female stalker. So we're going to let this deck open itself up and give you a slice of sweet advice that will hopefully inform. What up, Janine Jones 25? How you doing, Queen? Where you been? Let's see here. Let's bleep and see. Vanessa and their a female stalker. What up, Yaffy82? Vanessa and their female stalker. Just another average question here on Tarot Morning Wisdom. Vanessa plus their female stalker. Yes, I am still in the EU. Oh, Faye, have a great day. Let me know how it's going out there. I hope you are well. Vanessa and their female stalker. What's my deck going to be able to give Vanessa by way of advice? Aside from the obvious advice to contact the authorities. If that's what the situation calls for. Okay, Vanessa? Now here's what my deck has to say. Yeah. Vanessa, the Queen of Swords is here. And the Queen of Swords is here to give you one message. Right, Brooke? And that message is, now is not the time for action, but it is the time for perfect clarity of vision. Okay? And empowered clarity of vision. What is this Queen of Swords doing? This Queen of Swords is observing. And what I think, if I'm you, I'm pulling from this Queen of Swords, is the idea of data collection, Queen. Can you document this stalker behavior? Can you put this stalker behavior in a place that is organized and clear to read, and therefore obvious to anybody and everybody who sees this evidence of stalkerism, so that it can be put to work down the road? This queen is not running around. This queen isn't running around doing anything at all except sitting comfortably in their throne of power and watching with the sword of truth in their hand all that occurs. So if you really do have a female stalker that's on your trail, this queen is there to say, Queen, you better make sure that you've got your mind specifically completely wrapped around the situation before you act. And once you do, then maybe it'll be time to pull the proverbial trigger. Okay? Does that make sense? I hope it does. What's up, Chidera? How you doing? Janine Jones 25, you've got an incredibly interesting question that I have no choice but to answer immediately. Janine Jones 25 says, is my new love interest online real or fake? Is this a catfish situation, Janine Jones 25? What's going on here? Could you please describe a little bit more what we're talking about, Janine Jones 25? What online portal are we discussing? Is it a Facebook person? Is it a dating app persona? You find this person on TikTok? Careful. You never know who you're going to find on TikTok. Look, Janine Jones 25, I'm here to ask these cards about your new love interest, which you have found online, which is fine. kind of a catfish, he says, from TikTok. Hey, be careful, please. Everybody gather around Janine Jones. Hi, Janine. Can anybody vouch for the fact that you need to be careful on TikTok as it pertains to the concept of love interest? Does anybody here have any practical experience whatsoever with the realm of love interests and this app, TikTok? Please be careful. You already know Janine Jones, but you want an energy read. Is this guy real? Guy, girl, I don't know. Is this person real or is this person fake? Let's see what the cards have to say. Janine Jones, 25. It's a love interest. First of all, that's positive on its face. That's positive. We like love interests, right? Queen Mephosa. We're here for love interests. But is this person real or fake? Love interests with that TikTok connection. You got to watch out a little bit. You got to watch out. Ready, Janine? Let's find out what the cards have to say. Yeah. This Hierophant here is the source of all divine wisdom as it pertains to the basics advancing to the realm of love. Now, do you think that this Hierophant, so divinely connected, is going to be advocating for anything other than deepest self-protection and the deepest investigation of this situation? Now, Janine Jones, there's also inside of this card the interpretive availability of reaching outward towards authority figures to determine the truth. Is there a way that you can empower yourself to be this Hierophant here, to navigate these waters with authority? Or is this card inviting you to the concept that you reach out for someone who can be the guide that will get you there, one way or another? And also, I guess you could say that there are spiritual aspects to this that are on their face obvious, that may connect to your situation, Janine Jones. But I will say this directly. If you are uncertain, become bleeping certain soon and ask for help if you need it. Do not sit alone. And is this Hierophant alone? No. They're in deep connection with their students, I don't know, like with their like little bald men. Let's call them little bald men. One way or another, Janine Jones, do not rest on your laurels here, but stay inside of that active growth and find the bleep out. Okay? Chill Mystics here. Hi, Chill Mystic. How you doing, Queen? Everybody, please go follow the Chill Mystic. But only if you like high-quality tarot reads offered on this app, live, each and every one of which is filled with deepest tarot wisdom that you can use to enrich your own spiritual, mental, emotional, and physical existence in every which way. Chill Mystic, what's the rumpus? How are you doing? Hello, Nuggets, how are you? Who here has a question for these cards? And if anybody here has it in them to share this broadcast with their friends, I would deeply appreciate it, especially as I see that the app itself is not pushing the broadcast now, probably as a form of resentment for me disrupting my bleeping. You're already doing your homework, that's why I asked you. Well, the Hierophant is encouraging you on that path. Okay? I'm glad that you don't need to be told to do your homework. See if you can find some Hierophant-esque person here to refer this to. Good. Okay, Chill Mystic is here. As a fellow tarot reader, I'm excited to always throw cards because I get a double interpretation, right, Isabella? Chill Mystic says, I could release a card to understand the energy of this week. Me too. Chill Mystic, earlier we dropped the Emperor card on the entire session as a way of getting started. If that's of any use to you, I offer it. But right now you're interested in your own situation and I'm pulling you in. And I'm asking myself, how can we help Chill Mystic in this moment? Just dial a little bit of information in around the energy of this bleeping week. Let's find out what the cards have to say. 1, 2, 3, here we go. This week, Chill Mystic. The Magician falls, Chill Mystic. I'll say this. When I see... Oh, thank you. It's a... I don't know. I like it. I've never been able to successfully grow one, but now it's coming in all Santa Claus white and I'm kind of into it. Goes well with the shirt. Darla Dempsey's here. How you doing, Darla Dempsey? What's the rumpus? So, Chill Mystic, I don't have to tell you the thing about this Magician's card. And I'll also say, because you are a card thrower, This is the Initiate's card, obviously. This is where mystic contact is achieved. I think about this card as it is expressed verbally, hi Perry, as when the lights come on. Once there was darkness, then there was light, and here we see that first instance of connection represented in an archetypal image called the Magician. And we see that the Magician has all of the 4 elemental tools waiting for them to be used right there in front of them, maybe even ready to be learned. And because we were at number 1, symbolically, we were connecting to, we're connecting to the idea of the inception energy that creates the entire universe, the universe self. The most basic go that pushes us forward and upward into new experience, and upward and forward into advancement of spiritual status, if you will. Esoterically speaking, it's, again, an opportunity being pointed up to begin and advance upward towards the card of paradise, the paradise self at number 21, the world. But again, I don't have to tell you a thing, Chill Mystic, about how this card can point in any number of different directions as it personally pertains to your situation. I'm only saying to you, this is a card of deepest power, as you well know. So put that power to use. Right, Pallavi? Ooh, everybody gather around Pallavi here. Hi, Pallavi. Welcome to Tarot Morning Wisdom. You're welcome, Chill Mystic, any and every time. Pallavi, how you doing, Queen? My name is Open Phones. Welcome. Welcome to the broadcast. Pallavi, you got an interesting question. I want to see if the cards have something to tell you that will help you on your way. You say, will my husband ever understand me? Gah. Ugh. I'm so sorry, Pallavi, that you are finding yourself in a situation where the person that you are, if it's a husband, legally bound to, is having difficulty understanding your situation, or even who you are as a person. What will my card, hey Jonathan Steven, how you doing? What will my cards tell you in this moment that can help empower you to be the most magnetic version of yourself in this moment where you feel misunderstood? Because I'm going to tell you this. This deck is not going to tell you a yes or no answer to that question. Not in any way that I would ever encourage you to use. What if I say, no, he's never going to do it? Are you going to go contact your attorney? Probably not. Interesting choice if you do. What's up, Liz? How you doing, Liz? So, how can we help you, Pallavi, in this moment where you feel like your husband's never going to understand you? Never. Deck's like, stop shuffling me. All right, fine, Deck. Jeez. Crunch. 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 Pallavi asks, will my husband ever understand me? And the deck says, all right, Queen. As it pertains to this situation, you've been dropped into the realm. Yes, Liz, stick with me. You've been dropped into the realm of the real. The pentacles are here. And indeed, you see yourself portrayed as staring down at all that you have worked on this whole time. And there is uncertainty radiating off of this card. Ugh, is this working out? And thus, inside of this card, Sweet Pallavi, is the message that you need to reach for the steering wheel of your existence, and as it pertains to this question, and actively take the reins and push through this moment one way or another in the realm of actual. Don't just think about it. Don't just feel into it. Don't just reach for inspiration. Bleep and do it. Because only in the doing is anything ever achieved. And only in the doing is this card mastered. Otherwise, you're just going to be staring at that dumb bush, wasting your time, which is precious. Don't waste your time staring at this dumb bush, asking yourself, man, I don't know, did this work out? Find out, one way or another. That is absolutely the Charioteer's message that is at the bottom of this card, all right? You ask, will it ever work out? And the cards say, I don't know, will it? Will it? It's on you to find out. You got to be the Charioteer of your own existence. And ultimately, don't ever forget that Charioteer... What up, Fred? Of course I remember you. Don't forget that charioteer is founded on a deepest connection to self-love. If you don't got that one mastered, you're going to be too out of balance to do much of the other stuff. Pallavi, I wish you all the luck, and will you please let us know? Will you please let us know how it all comes out? Come back and let us know. What up, Wake Up Nepal? Am also pregnant. Well, okay, that's all the more reason to motivate here, all right? All the more reason to grow in the realm of the real. I recognize that there could be fear attached to that, Pallavi, but you need more than ever, as not only an advocate of yourself, but of your baby in training, to do it, baby. Do it, do it, do it. Be the boss. I wish you luck. Right? JRSRA_. Liz, you had a question, and I am going to answer it. Can you pull a card for me today? Asked sweet Liz, who went to the trouble of pressing that fan club button on the top of the screen and getting it open next to their name. Thank you, Liz. Thanks, Liz. I appreciate it. Yes, I can pull a card for you today, and I'm about to do it. Liz says, can you pull a card for me today? I say, absolutely, Liz. Are you ready for your card for this Monday, May 11th, 2026? Right? Liz, your card for the day is one of my very favorite cards in the entire deck. This is the Divine Feminine, Liz, expressed in the beautiful number 18 of the Moon. La Bella Luna, Liz. What is this card beckoning you towards? Well, it's beckoning you towards the deepest, unfathomable and unfathomable within yourself, and also the deepest connection to your most expansive sense of feminine power, of life-creating power. Think of this beautiful moon as the reflective, balancing energy that is paired to the energy of the sun at card number 19. The sun is there pounding down energy upon us, saying, yes, it's the life force that gives the universe its existence. And it's great. We all love the sun. But ultimately, without the moon there to equilibrate that sun energy, we would just be living on a desert hellscape of a planet where no life could ever grow. It's the moon with her reflective, deeply, with the energy that moves tides on this planet, that actively creates motion inside of the ocean. How can you connect to that? How can you empower yourself via those deep and shadowy realms to find your way to the best version of your truth? Also, I would recommend openly embracing intuition inside of that card, and dream and trust of intuition. Look into that card and understand that you can trust yourself, Liz. Not that you don't know that. Morgie Moogie, I'm not bleeping AI. It's clean. Hi. Look. Hi, not AI. Dirty hair. Dirty hair. Clean living, though. Annarelli. Get over here, Annarelli. Morgie Moogie, I hope you stick around. I like the cut of your jib. That's the funniest question I've ever maybe even received here. Annarelli, has Omar been thinking about me? Has Omar been thinking about me? I don't know, Annarelli. Let's find out what the cards have to say. Has Omar been thinking about me? Are you thinking about Omar, Annarelli? Obviously. You're here talking to a stranger on the internet about him. I guess that's something. Well, let's find out whether Omar's been thinking about you, according to my deck. Huh? Has Omar been thinking about Annarelli? You can tell me, deck. Yes. In a word, yes. The Two of Cups is here, Annarelli. The Two of Cups is here. Now, is this true love? Love, true love? Maybe. That's a definite maybe. I'm not going to tell you that the Two of Cups is there to speak to certainty in any regard, but the Two of Cups is here to speak to the idea of energy that is growing towards the bursting forth of new life. There you are. There you are. There you are. things could be beginning. Things could be beginning. I would read this as a very positive, I guess, like energy that you can plug into and go upward from there. Know that it isn't yet in Empress mode. It isn't yet, exploding outward. But the potential is there for just that. So hopefully, if that's something you desire, Anarelli, you can achieve it. Right? Morgy Moogie. It's practice, 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 like anything, Queen. You gotta just do the work and use the cards, put them in your life, and you will eventually learn that you have learned that. Right? VFPB, aka Venice. Hi, Venice. How you doing? My name is Open Phones. Welcome to Tarot Morning Wisdom. Welcome to Tarot Morning Wisdom. An expert, you could say, what do you mean an expert, Morgan Movie? Hold on a second. Let's see here. Venice has a very simple question, and that is, what does the universe wish to tell me in this moment? Let's find out. Oh, Venice. What will the universe tell you this time, right? What will the universe tell you this time? Oof, Venice, this time, the universe is telling you this. As it pertains to everything in the realm of the real, you have a responsibility to maintain your essential balance, okay? Make sure that you are not in any danger of being knocked around as the winds of changes shift. This is a card that depicts somebody happily and actively able to hold their own, despite the fact that the emotional waters behind them are going a little bit crazy. That's you, sweet Venice, and that's what my deck is encouraging you towards pursuing. Just keep things simple. Keep things simple. Keep things simple right now. That's what the universe is letting you know. In the realm of the real. Go crazy in the realm of emotion. Go crazy. Have the most passionate time you can think of. Let your mind fill with glorious ideas. But as it pertains to as it pertains to the material world, which encompasses health, encompasses money, encompasses all of the things that you see, hear, feel, smell, taste. Keep that bleep simple, and you will be serving yourself in this moment according to the universe. Okay, Queen? Please let us know how it goes. Mangwani, how are you doing, Mangwani? Come here, Mangwani. Mangwani's got a pregnancy question, guys. And I have a soft spot in my heart for pregnancy questions. Unlike every other tarot reader that you find up here, I will happily answer a pregnancy question because I don't allow my deck to predict anything. So I don't know if you're pregnant or not, Mangwani, but I'm going to reach into this deck while simultaneously saying to you, Mangwani, will you please go find out for sure, regardless of what card drops here, okay? I beg thee, as your friend, please go find out for sure, if at all possible. All of that said, I will now throw a card at this and see what it says. All right? All right. What will the deck say this time to the perennial question that we get on Tarot Morning Wisdom every now and again? Am I pregnant? Let's find out. I'm nervous. Deck says, well, Mangwani, you've got one of the most positive cards that this deck has to offer. That's where I will start this interpretive attempt at an answer to the unanswerable question, Mangwani, of whether you're actually pregnant or not. This card is, first of all, not in the material realm at all. Okay? It's in the realm of passion and fire and soul. Okay? Not the physical realm. What you see here is the concept put forward of deep stability achieved in the realm of passion. Obviously, Pamela Coleman Smith feels great about this card because because she has drawn one of the happiest portraits of joy that this deck has to offer. So, Mangwani, I'll say this. If you want to be pregnant so desperately, and you're in a situation where to receive that news would be the most joyful thing in the world, this could be an encouraging card to get, I guess. But otherwise, as a recommendation, I think it's saying something about needing to find the four-cornered stability of the number of the Empress Four. I'm sorry, the Empress Four, of the Emperor Four in the realm of soul, spirit, creative, procreative. Yes, procreative. This is yes in the procreative realm. Yes, it's in the Emperor Four, which yes is in the realm of actualization of ideas and energy. Yes. Sure, there is a way to read this as a positive answer to your question. There is, as I consider it, as I go deeper into it. Yes, there is, but I'm not well, first of all, you're not responding, which worries me. Mangwani, are you here? One way or another. Maybe. I don't know. This is the risk of doing pregnancy questions. All of a sudden I see that card could be a hard yes. Well, you tested positive last week. What are you asking me for? Look, my question to you is, are you happy? I hope that you're happy with this news. Weird. Well, if you tested positive and my deck just gave you you are, well then what are you worried about? Then, okay, thank you for letting me know at least. I'm sitting here going, oh Christ. Did I just scare you for no reason? Okay, good. The cards say yes then. Jesus God. Look, I wouldn't if I didn't like scary moments up here, I would not answer pregnancy questions. I love scary moments up here. I live for them. What are you gonna do? Thank you, Mangwani. Good luck, and please let us know how it goes, Queen. I want to know. Morgie Moogie. Get over here, Morgie Moogie. Should I break up with my boyfriend? Morgie Moogie. What's going on with this boyfriend? Everybody gather around Morgie Moogie. What's going on? Should I break up with my boyfriend? For Christ's sake. Is it time? Is it time to get the hook? Is it time to crack the door of exit open and get the boot of encouragement out that I might shove said boyfriend out the proverbial door? What do you think, Denise? What do you think, Chin? Is it time to break up with him? Just tell me one way or the other, cards. I'm sick of wondering. Okay. All right. Let's find out what the cards have to say. Don't panic, everybody. We're going to just see what the cards have to say, whether Morgie Moogie is in need of breaking up with said boyfriend. What do the cards say? Well, Morgie Moogie, when 8 cups fall, I am called, unfortunately, or fortunately, actually, fortunately, to encourage you towards the idea of going on emotional journeys away from the known. All right, what's this red cloaked figure doing, Morgie Moogie? Are they walking toward the known quantity of those 8 cups? Or are they walking away from the known quantity of those 8 cups and going on an emotional journey outward, inward, and upward toward new horizons? The cards have kind of spoken, right? I mean, am I supposed to... I don't think I can tread water on that one too much, Morgie Moogie. If I catch this card and I'm you, I'm saying, yeah, it might be time. All I can guess is that if this boyfriend is the propulsive force bringing you to the internet to ask a perfect stranger about whether or not you should dumpy dump, I'm kind of seeing inside of this card a gigantic bleeping yes. Does that hit? You say it's been 5 years, LOL. Well, Queen, you know what? David Bowie had a song about that. You should check it out. Anyway, K Sheets is here. Hi, K Sheets. I need another drink of Badois. Right? No more Topo Chica for this king. Hi, Linda Connor 422. Hi, Victoria. Let's see here. K Sheets says, K Sheets, the night went well. Me and him spent 3 nights in a row together. Round of applause for K Sheets. Round of applause for K Sheets. K Sheets stepped into the octagon of the relationship world. Had the courage to do it. I am so pleased, so utterly pleased to celebrate this with you, Kay. Come on. 3 nights in a row. The Empress 3, K Sheets. Are you happy? Are you feeling joyful? You feeling good? Hi, Jenny. How are you? I'm so glad you helped me with my confidence on this journey. K Sheets. Come on. K Sheets, thank you for making me feel good on a Monday. Like, I feel so pleased to discover that you got something really positive out of this and that you were able to apply it to your situation positively and win. Every single one of these cards is designed to help you win. All right, never get that twisted. Whenever you find yourself staring into the face of some reader telling you, I ain't gonna work out, careful. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I have to say, right, Victoria? Get over here, Victoria. Sweet Victoria, how are you doing? I saw your question. There it is. Victoria asks, will I get a job for the summer? Well, Victoria, let's see what the cards have to say. I'm just going to gently suggest that I'm going to add a word to your question, and that word is how. How can I best tune my energy to get a job for the summer? That way we're not strictly looking at this sweet deck and saying, can you predict the future of Victoria's employment career? I don't think it can necessarily, but I always leave the door cracked open for something that can be a yes. But I also leave a door swung wide open for the deck to give you a piece of advice, Victoria. Are you ready to have some advice thrown your way? Let's do it. Let's do it. Thank you, Jenny. Thank you. Jenny gets it. All right, Victoria. Will I get a job this summer? I'm going to let this live. Sure. If you take this as a predictive card, Victoria, which I never fully recommend, not with a clean conscience, then this Page of Wands can be said to be in the process of what? Engaging a new creative activity, yes. Enjoying their feet on new creative turf, yes. And excited about the future that is to come in the realm of all creative impulses and acts. Yes, yes, yes. So hopefully, Victoria, you are this Page of Wands, and you will be receiving the creative force that you so desire. I have to be specific there that this is a wand card. So we're talking about the fiery creative realm. We're not talking about the realm of the material. If this was a Page of Pentacles, I would be a little bit more strident and saying, bleep, yes, you're going to get the job. Go get that job. But this is in the realm of creativity. So hopefully the job that you're pursuing connects there, and you can take that energy and run with it from there. But I would just say this, don't rest on your laurels, Queen. The page is there to advance, not to be taken places like a little kid. All right? Right, Carol? Am I right, Carol? Linda Connor, get over here. Oh, wait, Jenny, I didn't mean to skip you. I'm glad that helps, Victoria. That's what I'm here to do. Jenny, hi, Jenny. My name is Open Phones. Welcome to Tarot Morning Wisdom, where I answer your questions with my cards for free. Here we go. Jenny's got a practical one. I hope everything's okay, Jenny, in the general thrust of your question. I pray for you that you are in a stable position as you ask the question, will I have to move? Will I have to move? Will I have to move? Thank you for coming by, Carol. It has been a while. Will Jenny have to move? according to the cards. Now, Jenny, you know I'm not going to just let these cards give you an up or down vote on this. I'm also going to open the door for them to give you advice. Okay? J.M. Phillips is here! J.M. Oh, finally we can hang out. I know, it's great to see you. It's great to see you. We're going to ask this deck whether Jenny is going to have to move. Right, Lenore Mitchell? Congratulations. Congratulations, Jam, on your caffeine intake. Jenny, are we going to have to move? That's what I'm asking these cards. Let's find out what the cards have to say, sweet Jenny. Oh, Jenny, won't you come along with me? Jenny. Dude, this card will not go away, all right? Jenny, come here. The card that you got is the card of mental growth. That's right. Now, I'm going to let this card live in all of its symbolic glory inside of that impaled heart with that rain coming down. I'm going to let that hit. If this card connects to you in your heart to the idea, oh, Christ, I'm going to have to move. Okay. Take that energy and run with it. Grow into it. Do not be a victim here is the ultimate message behind the Three of Swords. You are not here to be run over roughshod by the externalities of life, sweet Jenny. You are here to take the steering wheel and grow into new situations and actively pursue your peace. All right, Queen? Remembering that this is not a card of prognostication. This is a card of energetic connection. So if this energy is connecting to you, it's got a message for you, which is get busy in the realm of the mind and push past and into new situations, not past new situations, but push into the new situations with the Empress's strength at your back, essentially, knowing that she's there to help you grow into that newness with, yes, ultimately, joy. All right? Stay empowered, though. Don't let yourself live inside of the negative interpretation of this card, Queen. It will not serve anyone, least of all you. Maria Bell Monroe. As I live and as I breathe. Maria Bell Monroe, how you doing, Queen? How you doing, Queen? Maria Bell Monroe and I go all the way back to the earliest moments of this broadcast. So whenever I see Maria Bell Monroe, everything stops. And I say, how are you doing, Queen? How are you doing? Let me grab another sip of water over here, huh? Yeah. Oh, crap. Hold on. All right, there we go. Allie Hutchins is here. How are you doing, Allie Hutchins? Welcome to the Monday broadcast. Friends, France is treating me... Maria Bell Monroe, let me tell you a little story, since we're here and we're enjoying ourselves. Last night, Maria Bell Monroe, I went out. That's right. I went out to an establishment that does live music. That's right also. That's right. And it's a beautiful place. It's a great little bar down here in the middle of the old Nice. So it's like walking around in a medieval village. But there's like live music everywhere you turn. So I find myself in one... No, Linda, sorry, I'll get to you. Hang tight, Linda. Maria Bell Monroe's here and J.M. Phillips here. And I've got to say hi to my oldest friends and tell them the story. I was sitting in there. I was enjoying the music. And all of a sudden, I was with a friend who knew the person on stage. And next thing you know, the person on stage was talking to us. And next thing you know, I was on stage. And I was singing a song for that crowd. I'm telling you something right now, it felt good. It felt real good to be up there behind a microphone again. After untold years of not doing that in front of human beings. Oh my goodness gracious. If I have one message at the heart of that story, it is give yourself permission to pursue that which you desire, because you will be surprised by what the universe responds with in kind to that enthusiasm and that energy. Can you dig it? I know that you can. All right, Linda, Connor, thank you for your patience. I did not mean to make you sit there and cool your heels. Let me see what your question is. And Leah May, stick around, Leah May. I want to get to you too. Where are you, Linda Hamilton? You were way up there in the chat. There you are. Is Fabian a scam? Or is he truthful? Fabian, scam or truthful? It's simple. It's simple. Oh, excellent, Leah May. I'm excellent that you're able to stick around. Thank you for your patience. Linda Hamilton's like, is Fabian a scam or is he truthful? Just tell me one way or another. That's some powerful tarot morning wisdom attitude that I like to see. It's not the kind of attitude that's like, it's like, let me find out so I can just deal with it one way or another. Yeah, guess what? This is the card of uncertainty. Linda Connor 422. That's you. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to drop you into Andromeda's breadbasket, Linda Connor 422, because you've been so patient. What's that, you ask? Well, Andromeda's breadbasket is the 4-card proprietary, yes, relationship spread that you'll find here only on Tarot Morning Wisdom. Morgie Moogie. Mwah. Thank you for coming by, Morgie Moogie. I appreciate you. Come back again, please. Thank you. So that's you, Linda. That's you. There you are. You're staring at all that you've worked for, and you're not bleeping sure. Is Fabian a scam or is he truthful? Huh? Which is it? Here comes Fabian. That's card number 2. Oh. Okay, Linda Connor 422. This is not boding very well, because this is literally the 7 of Swords, which is the card that is most commonly attributed to the scammer. Okay, we're not done. We're only halfway there, Linda Connor. What about the energy between you and Fabian? What does this deck recommend or point up to you in this moment where you maybe are up against somebody who's not being entirely authentic? What's up, Grishma? How you doing, Queen? Oh, yes, I am still in France, Queen. I am here for the month of May into June. I'm very excited. Here we go, Linda. As it pertains to the energy, well, this is a description, isn't it? And it's also a recommendation. Linda, this energy between you and Fabian is anxiety creating. Anxiety creating. 9 swords fall. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. What about the 4th card, which is the manifested result of this pairing? This is an utterly confused... Well, no, actually, it's not an utterly... This is a recommendation, Queen. You need to report directly to this Empress. And you need to discover within yourself this Empress's heedless, joyful abandon into the realm of creation and life, all right? I don't like anything that I'm seeing inside of these cards, and I love everything inside of this card, all right? This is my favorite card of the deck, but this is a card of active growth, all right, Queen? This is a card where you need to seek this Empress's energy out within yourself. This energy will definitely steer you away from the scams of the world and guide you to your purest and most excited version of creative self. All right? My deck wants you to find yourself there in this moment. And honestly, I don't see anything inside of these other cards that are worth your precious time as you reach into this Empress energy and go back to the number 3. Having visited the number 7, having visited the number 9, go back down here and talk to her and see if she can't get you into something a little bit more positive than those pesky 7 swords. Ugh. Can you dig it? Linda Hamilton, does that hit for you? I want that to be constructive advice for you, Queen, so you let me know one way or another, and you come back and you let us know how it goes. Of course, Grishma, for you, anything. And Maria Bellman, oh wait, I gotta get to Leah May. Leah May has been so patient. Come here, Leah May. Leah May, please report to the front of Tarot Morning Wisdom. Let's see here. Where is your question, sweet Leah May? I'm looking for it. Okay, hold on. I see it coming. Leah May asks, how long? Okay. How long do I keep trying for my fiancé boyfriend? He did really well for a while. And then we went on vacation, and the same situation happened while out of state. I feel I need to keep pushing with him and help. Oh, Queen. What are we talking about, Leah May? Leah May, can you... you're here. Good. Leah May, what are we talking about with his boyfriend? Huh? Should you keep pushing with this boyfriend that has now let you down, and probably themselves in the process, multiple times, that's driven you to the point where you're coming to a stranger on the internet and saying, what do I bleeping do? Pardon my almost French. My metaphorical French. Wink. The DV situation, how he was arrested. I just don't think I should walk. Well, Leah May, okay, everybody gather around Leah May, first of all. We need some Tarot Morning Wisdom en masse for Leah May in this moment, where they are connected deeply to a person who is struggling with the authorities. Look, Queen, this is dangerous territory. Dangerous territory for your heart, dangerous territory for your soul, dangerous territory for your mind, and dangerous territory for your body. All at the same time when you're dealing with somebody who you care deeply about. And yet, they can't seem to self-correct. I don't like it. And you use two letters that I deeply dislike. And it just clicked in. My old brain didn't lock in on it. I was like, DV. Now I remember what DV is. That is incredibly troubling, Leah May. I do not like... Whoa. Look at what's coming up in this chat, Leah May. You've got J.M. Phillips there saying, love does not do any of that. Date their reality and not their potential. Bleeping amen to that. I should write that on a t-shirt. And then Maria is like, I've been there. Broken ribs and collarbone. If they can hit you, they will do worse. Sending love. Leah, first of all, Maria Bowman, I'm so sorry that you went through that. That's a nightmare. And JM very accurately points up. What would you want your theoretical daughter to do in this situation? And I can tell you right now, and then Grishma's here, aka Shweti, saying it's hard to see it, especially when you deep down want them to do and be better. But J.M. Phillips counters by saying, when DV starts, unaliving is sure to follow. It is statistically proven. And I'm here to tell you, Leah May, as your friend and as the father of an 18-year-old girl / woman, the moment that anybody raises a hand to that person is the moment that I will go in completely... I don't know how to do anything other than go into 100% defense mode and do everything in my power to make sure that they stay the bleep away from them for as long as they live. It's hard to throw cards at this, Leah May. Why do you feel like you need to stick? Whatever games are being played inside of your mind around this, I beg you to listen to the chat here, if not to your old grizzled friend. You do not have to participate in struggle, love, my dear. Leah May says, thank you guys. Your words mean more than you'll imagine. I feel I need to stay because I've known him since we were 9. That's wonderful. Guess what? That's fine. You've known him since they were 9. Okay, fine. That does not mean you need to stay. That means that you have a deep connection that you will probably always have on some level to that person, but you have no responsibility to that person at all, and every responsibility to yourself. To stay with somebody like that is to ultimately abandon one person in particular, you. Right, Elizabeth Richardson? Right, VFPB? Grishma says the ultimate decision has to be to leave. You have to figure out your journey to that. Amen. And JM says we got to heal though, and that requires choosing ourselves. That's the only real choice here, Leah May. That's the only real choice. I understand the deep connection that comes with knowing somebody for virtually your entire life, and how you want desperately for that connection to be enough to change the metric of a toxic situation. You may not put yourself at risk. You may not. put yourself in danger. You may not accept love that comes with the occasional fist as the love that you are expected to carry through this universe towards a successful outcome for yourself, for your life, which is yours and yours alone, and which numbers 1 of 1. You only get this one spin, Queen. You are being taught something. Learn the lesson. Now, all of that said, I'm going to pull a card for you, and it's going to be a card of advice on what you need to do or can do to strengthen yourself and get the bleep out of the situation ASAP. Is the universe testing your self-worth again? Yes, obviously. And Grishma very helpfully asks, do you have your own money and resources? All right, enough of me speechifying. The chat's got this. Chat, make sure that Leah May hears you as I pull a card for Leah May in this moment. I'm so bleeping grateful that I got to speak on this. Unbelievable. Rob, I'll get to you in a sec. Thank you for coming by, Rob. What's a small What's a small step she can take towards her health, wellness, and safety? I don't know. This is such a loud card. This is literally like a card of beginners on new spiritual paths. All right. The Magician is dropped, Queen. This is the deck absolutely screaming to you. It's time to begin this process. It's time to start now and find within yourself the deepest sense of power, all right? You need to reach for each and every one of these elemental tools at your disposal. You need to reach for the powerful cup of love for self. You need to reach for the sword of truth. You need to reach for the wand of deep universal connection. Listen to your instincts. And you need to reach for the single pentacle of your health. And you need to bleeping honor it for infinity. All right, Queen? Start today is what this Magician is begging you to do. And there you go. And J.M. Phillips catches this. You have everything that you need now at your disposal to start. Do not hesitate. The ball is in your court. Spiritually, mentally, physically, passionately. Take control, Leah May, and by all means, I beg you to let us know how it's going and if we can help. If I can help you, Leah May, hit me in the DMs. I am not anybody that has the experience. I'm not going to pretend like I know this terrain very well, but I can certainly do anything I can to help you navigate this as best as possible. And I know this chat's got your back too. Reach out for help. Be strong inside of this. And yeah, and JM says, let us know where you are and we can get you resources and advice. And Grishma says, are you on documents? Are you on documents, a lease or a mortgage? Do you have kids? Leah May is pointing it up that this is a safe space. And we will preserve that at all costs. And I need you to be a part of this space with us, Leah May. And that means self-protection here is the very first and only goal. You got to make sure that you are safe and that you are loving of self within this moment, as loving yourself as hard and as thoroughly as you possibly can be, because what you are living right now is a lesson from the universe, and it's one that you need to listen to once and just learn it the one time. I beg thee. You're saying that you're on a lease. Your landlord said once the lease is over, he is not welcome to live there any longer. Yeah, well, Queen, reach out, as JM is saying, and all of these material concerns do not trump your safety. They do not outrank your safety. You need to put yourself first at all costs. Lease, no lease, whatever. Magician power. Use it. Okay? Oh, Leah May. Oh, Leah May. Oh, Leah May. You got to let us know what's going on, Queen. It's very, very important to me and I don't know. I'm not going to approach you in the DMs and bother you. But no, stop it. This is what we're up here to go into the darkness and find light. We're not here to shy away from anything. That is the ethos of this broadcast at its absolute core. That's why I'm up here. I'm not here to bleep around. And so I am grateful. No, there's no trigger warnings up here. We don't do that. I'm dead serious though. If you need help, you reach out. I'm not going to bother you. I'm not going to be like, hey, Leah, man, I'm following up. That's not my function and purpose up here. I'm just a stranger on the internet that's screaming at you to take care of this now, all right? Like, if you need me, hit me up. If you need anybody here, hit them up. Follow them now so that you can do it, all right? We're here, we're your friends, and we want the best for you, okay? Thank you for being so honest about your situation and for opening up in that way to us, okay? Man alive. All right. Anne Maria's here for you. Jesus, Maria, I hate that story. Anyway, okay. It's 1855 here in the crown jewel of the Mediterranean, Nice, France, and I am 5 minutes away from the 3-hour mark. And at the 3-hour mark, I start to fall the bleep apart. I almost swore. That's how close I am. So, and you can hear my voice starting to get weak. Can't have that. So I'm going to wind this up. I'm going to take a deep breath. We're going to wind it up. I'm going to drop one more card on everybody that we can take into our Mondays and even maybe our Tuesdays. Whew. And I will see you on Wednesday, if not before. I will say this. Any and all of you who think that you... Okay, yeah, JM, hit me. I'll do you, JM. What's your question? You've been cleaning. Good. Talk to me, JM. Talk to me. Before I drop the final card, I'm going to do JM Phillips' question. I'm ready, JM. Everybody go follow JM Phillips if you like high-quality tarot reading. If you do not like high-quality tarot reading, do not follow them because you'll be disappointed. All right. Okay, yes, Grishma, of course. Okay, here it comes. Jacqueline, a.k.a. JM. Will I have the seed money to print the magazines by the end of the month? Whoa. Okay, cards. Can we do some energy here? Oh, Maria Bell Monroe. You guys are going to keep me... Okay, fine, I'm doing them all. Here we go. JM's needing seed money for the magazine that they're working on. That's right, go follow JM Phillips because they're making a magazine. And I think that's exciting. So what will this deck tell us about JM's quest for seed money? Seed money! Let's find out. This feels great, JM. Look, what do you see here? You see the beginning manifested. JM, this is the beginning of something in the material realm manifested in number 2. The High Priestess 2. Gathering force. Hopefully, this bodes well for this process. At the ultimate heart of this card is the idea of primal balance in the realm of the material. Does that sound like seed money to you? I hope this bodes well. You got to let us know one way or another. And you can sense I'm moving a little faster because I want to stop before I lose my bleeping voice. Let's see here. Grishma, you need a personal card too? Here it comes, Grishma. Oh my god, I love this. Grishma's getting hired by JM to work in the magazine. Man, this is the kind of This is the kind of stuff I love to see emanating from this realm that we've created together called Tarot Morning Wisdom. It's like money in motion. And it's beginnings. Okay, Grishma, you ready for your card of the day? Get ready. And then, yes, Maria Bell Monroe. We will do you too. I would never skip you. Here we go. Grishma. Card of the day. We're just taking care of business as in the waning minutes of the broadcast. Grishma, your card of the day has to do with the realm of the heart. Okay? And within the realm of the heart, you are being beckoned towards inspiration, openness to inspiration, and toward the idea of, yes, emperor-like stability in the realm of the heart. How can you, via inspiration, achieve a sense of emotional balance that is complex and that creates a beautiful square of space within you that you can fill with energy as you seek to grow upward through the 5s and into the self-love 6s. Does this hit, Grishma? Are you ready to put this idea to work of opening yourself up emotionally to some new element that's going to create a sense of stability within your own heart? I hope you are, and I hope that you do. Now, let me get to Maria. There it is. Now, this is a complex question. because we're talking about love spells. Interesting territory, Maria Bell Monroe, and it feels like new territory as you try to cast some form of a love spell on the famous and infamous Donnie. Maria Bell Monroe asks, is my love spell on Donnie, well, is it working? What can you tell me, cards? Let's find out what the cards have to say. Ready? Maria Bell Monroe? Yes, Maria Bell Monroe. Yes, it's working. Good news, Maria Bell Monroe. Your love spell seems to be working 100% as it pertains to Donnie. I don't know if I'm happy about this or not, but because we've heard so many stories about the famous Donnie over the months that I've been doing this up here on this elegant and you're doing a happy dance, and also he just texted you. Maria Bell Monroe, is this a new chapter in the Maria Bell Monroe plus Donnie saga? I hope it is. Congratulations, Maria Bell Monroe. The cards have smiled upon your Donnie prospects. Let us know how it goes. I know that you will. All right, friends, it's time. I gotta do it. Here we go. I gotta wrap it up. You're the best. Son of Knowledge, I've got to wrap this up. My voice is dying. I'm gonna give us one more card for everybody. Get ready for it. Here it comes. Brace yourself. Oh, you're welcome, Maria. Pony boy, that's cute. Oh, cool. Thank you, Son of Knowledge, a.k.a. Conquestor? I think that's what it is. Yeah, Conquestor, of course. My day's going fantastic, Conquestor. I hope your day goes great, too. Here's our final card of the session. Remembering that this will also be my Tarot Morning Wisdom card for the day, and then I will spin it out into a 13-card Solomon spread after this broadcast is complete. And that I am here to tell you, if you are interested in going 13 cards deep with me on a one-on-one level, I am interested in doing that with you. All you have to do is go to the links and you will see all of the different ways that you have that available to you. Please reach out. Let me know if you're interested and we can set something up, because that's what I am here ultimately to cultivate, is those kind of relationships where it's not just about one card drops. It's about exploration. It's about connecting the dots between multiple cards and discovering context within that, and painting portraits that are more complex and vivid than any one card drop could ever be. If that intrigues you, if you look at me and say, maybe, that's the guy for me, well, don't hesitate. Just do it. I'm doing reads, private one-on-one reads, while I'm out here in the most opulent and beautiful place I've ever lived, Nice, France. And I want to send that energy your way. You dig it? I hope you do. Now, finally, we're going to do the last drop of the session here. It's for everybody. This card's for everybody. But it's also for me, specifically. Here we go. Final Tarot Morning Wisdom card of May 11th, 2026 is as follows. Woo! It's the King of Wands. Oh, amen and hallelujah to the King of Wands. What does this mean, friends? It means that we are being invited to the throne of creative force and power and fire and passion and soulful glory. We're being reminded that this is our seat. This is where we sit when we are in our full blossom of creative force and control. This is the deepest connection to spirit manifested in our own hand as the active ruling force that oversees our very world, our world self. What a beautiful way to take on this week, empowered with that golden crown, sitting on that golden throne, ready to go do what we need and want to do to express our deepest and most passionate selves. Is anybody with me? Now's the chance. All of that said, I thank you from the bottom of my heart for all that you guys bring to this table every single time we let it roll live up here on TikTok, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I'm utterly grateful for your presence here. This would be nothing. This would be value free without your guys' presence. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I will see you all on Wednesday. Have a great, safe, happy, healthy Monday and Tuesday into that Wednesday. I'm here if you need me. Mwah! Boop. Maybe? There.